Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Coffee Company for the unknown Paul Stewart challenge. What is the Paul Stewart challenge today, Kymba? There isn't one, is there? No, there isn't one. That's how unknown it is. Not even we know what it is.
When it's general, I think it's just Paul Stewart Fridays.
Yeah, Paul Stewart Fridays. I called it on my Instagram post this morning. Yeah. But I've called the stream the Unknown Paul Stewart Challenge. So that's how unknown it is. We don't even know what it is. So, hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are joined by Kymba. We're joined by Mr. Mark, Miss Mandy, and Mr. Rezinald. We're all here today. We haven't got Bob here because Bob is
arrested. He was arrested late last night.
You've heard it from the lady herself.
Yeah.
Hello, hello. We're going to welcome who's in the chat. Mr. Ian Ferguson's in the chat saying Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day back to you,
It's
Mr. Ian Ferguson.
Despite the fact he lives in America, which is interesting.
Is it Canada?
Canada, I think. May your day be filled with Tim Hortons. I'm not going to have to time you out, Ian. Maple syrup and universal healthcare. Well, we already have that. Mr. Bob Spur TV is saying, big up you beautiful average looking people. Kleenex rating for your transfer window so far. Interesting. I think I still said 5. It's thus far as well. It's not so far, it's thus far.
Thus far. I've heard that saying somewhere else.
Yeah. Mr. Catman Jess is in the house.
Catman Jess.
Big up Catman Jess. So amazing transfer window so far. Great stuff. Great stuff. Carl Simpson is in the house saying, afternoon all. Kleenex rating is 8 out of 10. Don't want to blow too early. Oh yeah.
I think we should investigate Liverpool's transfer window as well.
Yeah, we can because he's here.
Can do if you
Well,
want.
I've got a Liverpool specimen live in captivity.
Ellie is in the house saying, big up Ben, who is going to join us today already. See Welsh Gal, Carl, Catman Jess, Bob Spurt, Ian Ferguson. I can't see Welsh Jet at the moment. She will be here soon probably.
Welshie.
It's her last stream she can watch before she starts work on Monday.
What's she doing for a living? What's her?
She's joining the civil service, I think.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. On Monday, so it's Welsh's last full stream, which is.
Did you? Yeah, just literally about 5 minutes before you. Rocks up spicy beans.
Fire Bean, I believe it's called. Mr. Jason Bell was in the house.
Yes, my love.
What's that place called? Fire Bean.
Fire Bean Mexican Kitchen, yes.
Where are they? Ilford.
Sorry?
Is it Ilford?
They're in Ilford.
Yeah. Soon we'll find out what this mystery challenge is. There isn't a mystery challenge. That's our mystery. This mystery challenge. There isn't actually a mystery challenge.
There's no the Paul Stewart sort of Appreciation Society fan club streaming service, as it's known, is on hiatus this week.
I can't remember. Yeah. So we're just going to have some Mexican food in the name of Paul Stewart.
Yeah, it's
not even.
And I celebrated
This
Canadian
food is
Day
not
by
in
having
the name of
cereal
Paul
pancakes
Stewart.
earlier. So.
Great day. Great day.
Even though it's called American breakfast.
This one is not in the name of Paul Stewart. You can't do that if all members of the Paul Stewart Appreciation Society
Are not here.
service are not here.
Bloody hell, Bob.
So
You ruined everything.
this is it. We're actually
How many members is
making,
there though?
4.
What did you go and get arrested for, Bob?
I think you should be an honorary member though.
Where what's known as acolytes, yeah,
Right.
you are novitiates, okay? If you sacrifice enough to the altar of the Paul Stewart Appreciation, Fan Club Appreciation Society streaming service, then you may one day become acolytes yourself.
I've done enough already.
You just need to appreciate Paul Stewart in all aspects of your living.
Think of how many calories they've imbibed on behalf of Paul Stewart.
Yeah.
I had a 6-pack before I came in.
We're keeping score. We are keeping score. You're nearly there. in
Nearly.
actual fact.
Yes.
Yes. You know, you're pseudo acolytes or meta acolytes, right? But not quite there yet.
Okay.
And before you ask whether or not we give a badge when you get there, the answer is no.
Unless we ask Moondog, he might provide some slates.
Moondog!
Big up
Moondog!
We should ask Moondog for some Paul Stewart key rings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or stickers. I love stickers.
How are you all doing today, ladies and gentlemen? Good to see you all.
Bob is saying, surely it's the inaugural Paul Stewart non-Bobby attendance off.
No, not yet. That's when we lock Bobby in a closet somewhere.
Oh
that
yeah.
Yeah. You know, when he's free to roam, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Yeah,
count.
when he's ambulatory.
Yeah.
Runs in, greetings to the cough, big up Kymba, Resonator and M&M, big up Welsh shit,
Big up
big up Welsh shit. That's the problem with saying Welsh shit, it sounds like Welsh shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's terrible.
I just like to stir the body a bit.
We should call her Welshula. Or
Yeah.
something like that. You know?
Welshula.
Yeah.
No, right, thank goodness.
Or every time Rez says acolytes, I think Farouk and Bradshaw.
Yes.
Rebecca Bradshaw.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
APA,
I don't know.
the Acolyte Protection Agency.
I'm not aware of that.
The WWE, yeah.
Ah, right.
As it was back then.
I'm a
Okay.
Bradshaw.
Yeah, Kim's a Bradshaw. Yeah, it's true.
Before he became JBL.
Yeah.
The Paul Stewart bob off. Interesting.
Take that as real.
But who's going to be Farouk? I think you've got to be Farouk, Mark. You've got to say, damn, all the time. That was his catchphrase. Damn.
Impersonations is not my thing.
It's
I'm
only
the
one word,
quiet
man.
and silent zone.
Alright.
It's brilliant. Whenever they brought Farouk and Bradshaw back,
Yeah.
they'd do something, then something really weird would happen, and suddenly Farouk would be there, putting in the face, and just be like, damn. And every single person's like, yeah.
Okay.
Great
Is that
catchphrase.
your hat?
That's my hat, yes.
I was admiring that yesterday.
Wasn't Bradshaw
Yeah.
the chauffeur for the
Really
Million
nice
Dollar
soft leather,
Man?
I bought that in Luxembourg.
Possibly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
My
I only
brother
bought it
was a
'cause it
huge
was
fan of
cold.
wrestling back in the
Oh,
day.
But
yeah.
but I really
Don't know
liked
much
it.
about modern
You know, when you
wrestling, but I know
get
about
something that
late
you think
history.
actually need this right now.
Yeah.
You need to look
But
out
then
for
it
Mark's
grew on me
son,
and I
mate, because
really,
he's
really
trained
enjoyed it. I
to be
feel
a
like, although
wrestler.
Was it?
there's a lie to that because I left it here 3 days ago.
Oh.
I used to like.
I can't like it that much. I do
Yeah,
like
but
it.
it's to get
Oh, yeah, Brutus the Bart bit,
Cut the
yeah.
hair of his shears.
Difficult in this weather because it gets a bit warm.
Bob is saying, I got arrested for trying to perform a citizen arrest on Paul Stewart. The fact I had no trousers off, I had no trousers on, is totally irrelevant.
I need a for weather like this. I need a
There's a bit of a
Panama,
winky
you
to
know,
Yeah.
something
that
lightweight
one, isn't it?
Yeah.
and you know will reflect that. Obviously, it's leather, so it
He's Ray's going on about his leather collection.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Not just
well,
hats then.
Not just hats. No, well, I mean, yesterday I was talking about jizz, so today it's about leather. Yeah.
Yeah, God.
There you go. I
I
took it so far off.
That was so
I
funny.
really, I had no holds barred. I thought, you know what, balls to
It's
the
11
wall.
o'clock in the morning, we're going no holds barred.
Yeah.
It was past the 15-minute mark.
It was. So there are no rules after that.
Greatest clothesline of all time from Bradshaw. It was. It was pretty.
that the
It was
cold
pretty
coffee?
meaty.
No, it's
No.
just Coke.
Oh, did you do the cold coffee?
No, I haven't done it.
Oh.
I've still got my Panama geisha. It's very expensive stuff.
yeah.
That very expensive.
Okay.
So I need to make a cold brew up.
Have you got any of that muskrat poo?
No,
Whatever it's
that's
called?
that's not coming anywhere near this shop.
Okay.
That is just cruel and nasty.
Okay.
Cruel and unusual.
Apparently.
It's because the rusty cages.
Okay. Oh, so they farm them, do they?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Fair enough.
Force fed. It's almost like foie gras without the Frenchness.
Yeah, France isn't really known as a coffee growing company.
No, country,
absolutely.
no.
Yeah.
Bob's, but I'm ready for wankety wank tomorrow. Oh yeah,
I
can't
bet you
wait.
are.
Once more, it's very biggest highlight, even better than meeting Paul Stewart. Are we all going to the Paul Stewart thing on the 15th of July?
No.
We've got to go.
We should go, really.
We need to get T-shirts
We
made.
need matching
Yeah.
t-shirts printed.
Yeah. That's
To
the thing.
maximise the effect.
I would like to get Paul Stewart onto one of these streams.
Apparently, you need to speak with Graham, and you know someone that knows Paul Stewart.
Or you just go to Paul Stewart's website.
Yeah, but no, but we
And
need
drop
to
a
be
line.
we need to be like secretive.
Oh, I see.
We need to whisper. Big up Bobby K and crew. Happy
my
Canada Day. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Big up everyone in chat. Did you get to watch Bobby K's stream, the Free Spurs Boys, with Ramon Vega yesterday?
I saw a
It was
chunk of
utterly
yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Ramon Vega's a top bloke.
He's a proper character. Isn't
He's
Yeah, he
bloody
is.
funny.
It is.
Great stuff. Is Graham and Arthur coming in today? No, they're not. Where is Arthur?
Arthur is at home.
Screaming at pigeons.
Yeah, exactly. But he will be here for next Friday.
Let's
The
go.
barbecue.
Well, listen, you never know. Iris might not have let him out today.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
That's your dad, yeah?
Yeah. He's only allowed a walk around the block once every 3 days, but not when it's full moon.
Yeah.
Never.
It's not. Yeah.
Never when it's a full moon.
No.
And obviously, Iris lays down the law because she's a ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
If he ever thinks he's going wapow.
Dad's actually got stage 5 now, so
Oh, shit.
yeah, so you have to take extra care.
Okay. Well, this is the thing. Whenever Iris would come on stream, she's not like a regular streamer, but she would sometimes come. You can see her in the background. Everyone had to and would salute. It's true.
To recognise
Good
the
stuff.
years of service.
Absolutely.
Heard
He's
it-
the king,
Yeah.
and she's the ninja queen.
Yeah. Good stuff. That.
He's the king, she's the
Yes, it is Nifa. It's she's last full time on the stream, which she will be
Yeah,
missed.
I'm like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
not getting this comment.
It's all whimsy.
It's all
Oh,
weird.
It's all whimsy.
It's always all weird.
Big up, Anthony. We won't be talking about what you're talking about
What's
because
Anthony talking about?
the old COVID cases
Oh right, yeah.
because they've skyrocketed.
Okay.
But big up, Anthony. Great to see you in chat. Apparently not. Jason Bell said, I really need to watch that one. I'm behind so much Spurs related stuff. It was great. Bobby's saying that Little K is now Ramon Vega's best friend.
Fantastic.
Aw,
Great stuff.
yes.
And Ramon Vega's his best friend.
Oh.
Ramon Vega was brilliant yesterday. T-shirts, I'm going in my Paul Stewart leopard wife fronts on the 15th of July.
Excellent. On a serious note, I would love it if he had the sense of humour. I don't know if he does or doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he doesn't, but I would love it if he did have that sense of humour to sort of fit in with what we did, and he did then one day come on the screen.
The
That
Paul
would be
Stewart.
so cool. That would be so
All of our Paul Stewart T-shirts on our Lord and Saviour.
Absolutely.
Yes. I forgot we're a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Mark, what are we going for?
This is his man cave.
Yeah.
We say that all the time.
What's your
Definitely his
usual
man
Nancy?
cave.
What do you go for?
I just go for normal flat white.
Flat white.
Yeah. Oatmeal.
Okay. Mark, what's your...
With the contraband.
Oh,
You're a
Mark
bit adventurous.
has something different all the
Yeah.
time.
I have my usual rounds
You
of
like the filter, like in the, you know, what do you call that then?
meat.
Chemex.
Like in the,
What,
Oh, yeah, Chemex, not
what's the
Chemex.
old faithful with you, Mark?
There is an old faithful.
I would say probably the Americano more than anything else.
Okay.
Black or white?
Black. No sugar. No milk.
There's only one person that has sugar here.
Do you have sugar?
Well, and
She has her own jar.
Bobby, when he comes.
you have to hide it from.
I might have sugar as well. Later. No.
Is it possible to do a white coffee?
Them to make this only when I fry them up.
Yeah. I understand
Oh, what about
the
black
purism
coffee with milk?
of those that want
Who
to
knows? I've been asked some crazy
sort of
things.
taste the nuance in a coffee,
Taste the nuance.
but there are times when you just want that broad generic coffee thing. You know, that's what happens.
I just like really nice everyday coffee.
What I really like, have you ever, well, I mean, something that you might or might not want to do. Have you ever tried bulletproof coffee? Not for the coffee, but for what it is. So with bulletproof coffee,
Is that the one where you mix in coconut thing? Yeah.
and butter.
Oh, I've done the butter.
Absolutely not.
Mate, you've got to try it. It is absolutely amazing.
No, thank
Was
you.
it coconut oil or something that goes in?
It's technically it should be
Yeah.
MCT oil.
Technically, it should be
But-
made into an illegal act.
Oh, shut up.
Is it straight?
The worst one is espresso
No.
and orange juice. I want
Yeah,
to,
that I can. That I agree.
I want to
That's
kill the
ridiculous.
person that invented
Yeah.
that.
Did you see one next door?
You've heard of the keto
Lovely.
plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Espresso over
So
ice
the
cream.
keto diet's supposed to be low carbohydrate.
That's a thing. That's an affogato.
What a lot
That's
of
the
people do
thing.
is that
That
they
sounds
will,
great.
in the morning when you're hungry,
The best one
they'll have the
is
coffee,
from
they'll
Roslin.
have like a
They do an
muffin with
espresso
really
gelato.
packed with
Yeah?
sugar and
Yeah,
milk,
they will
really bad
make
for
the
you.
ice cream
Makes
on
you-
the day.
Makes your blood sugar spike
Nice.
and then it drops and you get hungry like halfway through the morning or whatever. So people when they start the keto diet, they're thinking, well, how do I get that coffee, that caffeine that I want in the morning? Because I don't like black coffee.
No.
But with keto, because it's supposed to be high fat, the great thing is you can mix fat in to the coffee. And this guy came up with there was a guy who went mountaineering a lot. And he tried to climb Everest, and on like the 6th day of the expedition, he was just absolutely shattered, just could not move, just felt absolute shit. And one of the guides gave him what they have in Nepal, which is yak butter tea. So it's tea and they drop a lump of yak butter in it. And you drink that, and he drank this, and it basically just completely energized him, woke him up completely, and
Wow.
he had like 20 cups of it. So when he got back to the States, he thought to himself, how do I convert that to coffee? And he came up with bulletproof coffee, or the recipe for it, which is...
I'm not sure that Flora Light kicks it though.
Sorry?
Flora Light, I don't
No,
think-
not
you
Flora
don't-
buttery.
Mate, Flora
I can't
Flora
believe
and
it's not
margarine is one
yak
of the
milk
worst things you
butter.
can eat. Right? They really are terrible for you. But he basically said, how do I convert this? So he
That should be the
basically-
next Paul Stewart challenge.
What's that?
Butter and spreads.
Right, yeah, you
Yes.
could do, yeah.
Next
I'm
Friday
sure-
on the
Yeah,
Paul
yeah.
Stewart
The
Challenge.
Paul Stewart spread.
Paul Stewart spread.
No,
Spread off.
Yeah,
Spread
spread
off.
off, yeah. But
Tune
then he
in.
converted it, so he did it with coffee. So it's basically coffee and what...
How do you want me to take yours?
Technically, you've got to use some
Well,
of
I'm
the
not really a coffee
MCT oil
drinker,
for
so
his
I'm
recipe.
a bit
Yeah.
sneaky girl.
MCT
So-
oil is
yeah.
medium chain.
So you don't drink coffee then?
Ben
It's
wants
something you get
to do
mainly
half
from
pure, I
coconut
think,
oil.
Yeah.
most of the time. But
But you can substitute
if I have a
coconut oil,
coffee, I
generally.
prefer it
Coconut
quite
oil,
milky
butter,
and sweet.
all that in a blender with the hot
Yeah,
coffee.
yeah, pretty
You
much.
blitz
Yeah, I
it,
don't like sugar in my
and
tea,
because it's
and
that
I don't
blitzing
really-
process
I don't like
makes
stew,
it
I
like
like
that.
it very
You
makes
like
it
the lattes that we have here. I think that's
and you get that
Doable
when
for
you
you.
That's
drink
about
it,
my
because you're
limit.
basically
Yeah.
putting
Yeah,
fat into the system.
cappuccinos.
yeah, cappuccinos and lattes.
It wakes you up and you
Happy
don't
Canada
stay-
Day,
you
yes.
stay
Ellie
for
says
hours afterwards, so you don't get that mid-morning
These pronounced rooibos tea.
like this.
Rooibos is
Yeah.
great. It's my favourite.
Yeah, you should try
You
it.
should try the chocolate button tea.
And it
Tastes
tastes
it
It
naturally.
tastes great. I like it. You get a slight
Yes.
coconutty taste.
Caffeine free, taste of
Well,
chocolate.
this is it.
Delicious.
Coconut and almond milk
Yeah.
and oatmeal.
Ellie's talking about her
Yeah.
husband's wife runs to your husband, to your boyfriend, Bobby.
Really?
Uh,
I don't want to be involved in it.
my husband has leopard wife runs, Bobby, and I hadn't washed them, so they turn.
Do you know what? You hear all these different stories.
What is all
It
happening?
gets so confusing.
Turn your back for 5
You
minutes.
hear
then
that?
that's
And that's what Ellie's talking about to Bob.
How long have you been farming for?
All guns are pants, exactly.
If you were to guess.
What, you mean
How long has the human race
Oh my
as a
god.
whole? It's only been about 40,000 years, right? Modern humans, as in what we are now, evolved about 2 million years ago, right? So if you did it as a calendar of the year, we've only been farming for the last hour of the last day of our calendar as a species. Right?
We'll go.
When you go back and
Rez is
look at-
bringing it back to
as
where it
a-
needs
as
to
a
be.
As a human beings, what we are supposed to eat is lots of protein, lots of fat.
Yeah.
Okay? If you had no fat in your diet, what would happen to you? If you cut out all fat completely? No, quite the reverse. Quite the reverse. And worse than that, you'd die. You would die eventually if you had no fat in your diet, and your body needs it. If you had no protein in your diet, what would happen? You'd die because your body needs it. If you had no
McDonald's doesn't
carbohydrate-
count like.
No. If you had no carbohydrate in your diet, what would happen? Nothing. Do you know how much? Do you know what essential foods are? Essential food is something that you
The
have
pyramid.
to have. That's something you have to have, right? Otherwise you die.
Coffee's definitely in that.
Essential food:
Yeah.
chips, chicken nuggets.
Out of the three
chocolate.
main food groups, which is carbohydrate, protein, and fat, carbohydrate is non-essential. Your body does not need a
I disagree with that.
single
Chips are
gram
very
of
essential.
Right? We're designed to run on fat. We're not designed to run on carbohydrate. But farming has led to huge amounts of carbohydrate being grown in terms of grains, sugar, fruit,
So they're fillers.
all of that.
We're better off eating spelt, aren't we?
No,
in terms of grains?
spelt is also a grain.
Yeah,
spelt
well,
is
it's
also
grain,
carbs.
'cause it's better for us than like, what the over.
Potentially, but you know what it's like saying? It's like saying which is better for you, cigars or cigarettes?
Cigars, definitely.
Cigars.
100%.
Yeah.
Cigars are better for you, yeah, but
They're still bad.
it's actually the way it's defined.
It's a
is
paradox.
that cigars are less bad for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Carbs are, sugar especially, is a massive inflammatory, and most of the diseases that we suffer in the modern world, like diabetes, cancer, you know, those sort of internal things that are non-damage are caused by sugar. Because what it does, it causes inflammation. Sugar
Maybe we
is
shouldn't have done the
responsible for
Coca-Cola challenge.
Yeah.
organ leakage.
I already had cancer by then, so it's alright.
You should be getting 70% of your
Sorted.
food intake should be fat.
It took
So
35
Which is
years
the
to generate.
reverse of what
That's
we've been
alright.
told for the last 60 years.
So basically, stick with dairy.
Dairy's good for you. Dairy's good for you. We're good for you. But the problem you've got with milk, milk has got carbohydrate in it, it's got sugars in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've heard.
But cheese,
I bet you.
butter,
Yes,
don't
they
do it
they
if
reminded
you're
me.
not
They
cutting
do
out the other
raw
carbs.
milk.
Yes.
It's not
That's
hard
the
raw
right.
milk.
If you're
It's
eating
very good
fat
for your
with a
gut.
lot of carbs, that's bad.
Yeah, cool.
If you're eating a lot of fat, a bit of protein, and very, very little carbohydrate, that's excellent. That's how your body wants to run.
It's a diet.
So, but it takes a lot to do.
I know. Do you know what? I've been on so many diets in my life, and I have lost the weight, but I
But
put
you
it
put it
back
back
on,
on.
and more.
Yeah.
It's so easy. I mean, what was it, about 4 years ago, I lost 4 stone. Put it all back on. Just like,
Have you heard of the show in the United States called The Biggest Loser? So it's basically a show in which they get fat people and put them on a low-calorie diet, lots of exercise, and they see who loses the most, and whoever loses the most is the winner for that season. One of them turned around and made this quote to the press and said, "You never see a reunion show. You know why? Because everyone has put the fat back on again." They've done 13 seasons, and out of those 13 seasons, only one of the contestants has less weight than when they started. Only one. Because it is the carbs. You don't have to worry about what you put in your mouth if you're putting the right things in.
Yeah.
You can eat as much as you like.
Oh yeah.
Right? Says the girl who's complaining about the yes. Do you remember? Yeah, I love the
You
fact
become
that
everything
we
you
walked-
hate. You
we
become
walked
sick.
him. We walked him.
oh, that's just so interesting.
I mean, this is what I'm hoping to start properly, but I did do it for a while and I lost a huge amount of weight. And I was eating fat, I was eating butter, I was eating eggs, I was eating cheese.
Which
I
is
was
really
eating-
all really good for you.
Yeah, you know, proper good
Yeah.
fatty meat, you know.
It's gotta be
and
the
the
good
weight
stuff,
was
though,
coming
innit?
Good
off.
fatty meat. That's an R, yeah.
Yeah.
What's that design on your t-shirt? It is Darth Vader.
I can help you with it if you really
It
say
is
that.
Darth Vader, so
Yeah.
I find your lack of space disturbing.
That's interesting to me as well.
I can hear the resonator, right? Yes, you can. Very serious all of a sudden. Yes, it is.
And I
Resonator.
lost my 4 stone.
So Rez is giving the intelligence to the stream before we eventually go all silly.
And
Yeah,
it's sin free, and it was pasta.
And that's
And
terrible.
like what you're saying is, you know.
But look at the Italians, they eat pasta 3 times a day, and look at them. They're all razor thin.
Even it's fresh.
It's
that's the difference.
because it's not you can eat some carbohydrate.
Yeah.
The reason that we can metabolize it is because when we were single-celled animals,
Mm.
that was the only food we could eat. We couldn't, you know, a single cell can't process
Yeah.
proteins. It can't process fats. It can process carbohydrates and sugars. So that's just the throwback from that evolutionary past, you know, tens of millions
Yeah.
of years ago. What we are now, you know, the evolution of us as a species
Yeah.
has gone from being only able to metabolize very simple things like carbohydrates
Yeah.
to being able to metabolize
Everything.
more complicated things. Proteins are more complicated than carbohydrates, and fats are more complicated than
Yeah.
proteins.
I think it's our
It's
lack
that
of
evolution. Sorry?
I think it's our lack of movement that's caught up on everyone.
There have been studies that show that that's not actually necessarily a problem.
Really?
Do you know that exercise doesn't actually help you lose weight?
Not about exercise.
It doesn't help you lose weight
I'm
that
just,
much.
I'm just about
Isn't
movement.
it simply mathematics though? If you burn up more
No.
calories than you put in your body, then
No,
you're gonna lose
that's the
weight.
other sin as well. That's the other myth. again, all of this comes back to a guy called Ansel Keys, right? Ansel Keys in the 1950s and 60s, he basically had this idea that saturated fat and fat
Breaking news.
was what?
Breaking news.
What?
Mohamed
What?
Salah has signed a new contract at Liverpool.
There you go.
Long-term contract.
Why is that surprising? I thought that was
Because
always
if we
on the
didn't
cards.
if he didn't re-sign, he was going to be go for a free next year.
Ah, okay.
So we can cash it
But,
now.
but what, there wasn't a huge amount of noise though about him wanting to leave, was there? I know Mane did. Said he
I
wanted
think
to go.
either one of them was going to leave.
Yeah, but he was demanding a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it was?
Whether
Oh,
he's got it or not, I don't know.
Fair enough.
I think
Maybe
Mane's
they
getting paid
maybe they've given him
400k a
lot
week
of wages
at
and they
Bayern or
just
something like
wanna
that.
cash in.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't begrudge him for that.
Yeah,
I say only. He's only on 100 grand a week.
He was.
There's a guy called
It's crazy,
It's
right?
nothing for that kind of talent.
But I mean, Salah's now on 500 grand a week.
If that's what they've agreed.
Because that was what he was asking for.
Yeah.
Which is crazy money.
I like Mane because I like what he does
Off the pitch.
Off the pitch, yeah, for his
Yeah,
community.
And in it,
But he's built schools.
Oh no, Carl Simpson's clipped the thing. I watched the clip after the stream. Carl's clipped, that's the thing.
I wonder what that could have been.
I don't know.
First and foremost, the type of study you did was a very weak one. It wasn't scientifically helpful. But what you
One dreads to think.
was the
And and the French and red wine paradox, yeah. You can drink red wine. Red wine's good for you.
I like red wine.
Red wine is good for you.
There's no statistical relation.
Within reason.
But he was this.
They drink red wine in schools in France.
Not while you're on the school run though.
No, you're allowed to drink. Kids are allowed to drink red wine at school.
Hang on, I've got to find this
No,
meme.
not while you're driving them to the school.
Same time as in English.
Not en route.
Out of flask. This goes in effect. I'm on my 5th flask already.
If I was a kid and I was drinking wine at 10, I'd be far better.
I think that's the reason I'm not really that much of a painer in terms of alcohol.
Yeah.
At a young age, I was introduced to like drinking, you know, but
Yeah.
not in a bad way.
Yeah.
Both my
Little sip of it.
godparents- Yeah, a little sip of it on the milk, on the Sunday meal when my godparents house. And as such, when I grew up, got in my teenage years, all my mates discovered alcohol or drinking like
They all binged it because it was like a new thing for them.
Yeah, I didn't need that. I was like,
Video.
exactly.
No, I totally agree. Because me and my friend, we was allowed every Friday evening to go shopping with my dad or his parents and get like, you know, Smirnoff Ice, that kind of thing. And then you was allowed it.
Yeah.
1 or 2 each. That was you
So
allowed.
then it's no longer a novelty.
Nope.
Yeah.
We never went looking for it.
Give you like a healthier
Experience with it.
Yeah, exactly.
I just enjoy drink. I don't enjoy getting drunk. I actually don't. I don't like being drunk.
You don't need to get drunk to enjoy a drink.
No.
That's the difference.
I do quite like being drunk.
I don't. I get what's it called? Moondog. Big up, Moondog. Cheers for the £3 donation, sir. Big up, big up, big up. Thank you, thank you. Everyone, big up Moondog in the chat.
Found this
Yeah,
meme the
I
other
mean,
day talking about like food and things
Yeah.
like that. Doctors are saying that each piece of bacon you eat takes 9 minutes of your life.
Yeah.
Based on that,
Yeah,
I should have
so
died in
don't go on-
1732.
Seriously, don't go
I love
on-
bacon. I
Me
love
too.
bacon.
Me too.
And I'm guessing things like chorizo and that is similar.
There's nothing wrong with it though, if it's been cured. If it's proper quality things that have been grown properly, lived on proper quality soil, it's good for you.
Gotta find you something. Like.
I think my death is
I'll
imminent.
give you a few little things to search if you want to go on YouTube.
Oh yeah. And let me pen. Have you got a piece of pen and paper?
I've got a pen but no
I've
paper.
write down there that copy as well.
No paper.
No paper in here.
You're about bulletproof.
Yeah.
You won't drink that.
Why?
A million
Try it.
years.
Just try it once, and if you don't like it, you don't like it.
You won't like it, Mandy.
You never know. But the thing I said to you is
Yummy,
that,
yummy.
Nothing place.
You want to
Free
start
range
with
eggs.
Yeah,
Bit
absolutely.
of truffle on
the
top.
reason
Oh,
I'd say
nice.
let me ask this.
So good.
Just
Did
looking
you
for
go through when you
where is my notepad? There is a notepad somewhere.
No, no,
Yeah.
No, there's an actual pad with that I can rip pages off of somewhere.
And then all of a sudden, it just stopped. I was really agitated. I'm doing exactly the same thing. Why are you coming off?
Because your body is saying, oh, you're giving me less to eat, then I'm going to burn less.
That's someone's name. I can't.
Did you feel tired? Did you feel tired when you're doing it?
Yeah.
Lack of energy?
Yeah.
Because your body's saying, I need to conserve. You're not giving me enough, so I've got to burn less to look after it. The only way that you can restrict calories and get your body to burn properly is to fast and have no intake. Because
I
then
love
the body,
fasting.
You say that,
I
don't you?
love
Yeah. Mark's not
Intermittent
fasting.
fasting.
but do you know what? Because the body says, I've got no food.
Yeah.
Shit, I better do something to
Eat
find
myself.
it. So I'll eat myself and also give myself energy to go out and look for the food that I don't have.
But it's not just the weight loss aspect of it.
No, it's
Yeah.
Love an IPA,
Body
both
targets,
white and red wine, absolutely.
efficient
Damaged cells.
or damaged cells,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it will use them up
Yeah.
first.
Actually produce it, and it
Absolutely.
produces a protein that actually helps repair your genetic.
Don't think
code
Sonny
in
should have
your
shared the
cells.
golden bit with Salah. Penalties should not
When
count.
you
The
say
goal's a
fasting,
goal.
Again, there's so
Goal's a
many different
goal.
types of fasting. Do you mean fasting like?
What was a disgrace was
Like,
Sonny not in the team of the year. That was
you're
the
on about 5
disgrace.
hours on, 5 hours
Who's
There's
off.
lots of
scored
different
more penalties,
ways.
Sonny or
Don't
Salah?
Son doesn't take
on-off
penalties,
one
so
within a
0
day
penalties
is
for
high
Son.
grades.
Oh,
You've got what's known.
Oh, yeah,
there
of course,
are
okay.
three main ones that I talk about. You've got your feeding window.
Sky Italia journalist Luca Marchetti has said Spurs are one of the contenders to sign Matthias de Ligt. If Tottenham sign Matthias de Ligt,
This time and this
Kleenexes are
time,
going out.
the feeding window.
I love that guy. I think he's brilliant.
Is that a 10? I
Right,
think that's
that's
rated
the-
10.
Yeah, that's a Kleenex rating of 10.
Intermittent fasting is an adaptation of that.
Son,
You say,
De Ligt
I
and
will
Romero
eat,
Oh.
say,
in a
4
back
inches.
three is
Yeah.
2 days I'll
ridiculous.
That'd be
eat, 5 days I
delicious.
won't eat.
Yeah.
Or 4
Was
days
it
I
Kymba
won't
that
eat. 3
said
days
actually we should
I'll
have
eat.
like
1 day I'll
fly
eat.
rating?
6 days I won't
Free
eat.
fly.
Yeah, free fly rated.
Fasting is an adaptation of that in which you turn around and say, I'm not going to eat for 5, 10, 15 days.
So what do you do? We want juices.
No, nothing at all, just fasting.
It's so hard.
At first. After the 3rd day of long-term fasting, I've done it, your body changes completely. You just wake up because it starts to feed itself.
Yeah.
And you lose the weight, and it's all about the brain. At the moment, with the sugar that you eat, with what you're eating, your body runs on glucose. When you get rid of the glucose that's in your cells,
Welshie, big up Welshie. Welsh, thank you for the £3. Thank you for the £3 donation. So thanks, Cough, and all the beans for making my afternoon so enjoyable. We're gonna miss you, Welshie. You're a part of that. We are gonna miss that.
That's what your brain burns. Once it switches over to ketones, you feel great. It's just those 3 days, that first 3-day hump to get over.
Everyone give a big up to Welshie in the chat. Everyone give a big up.
To fat adapted. So once the sugar's gone, your body says, "How do I make the
Bonito.
burn? Oh, I've got all this fat stored, right?
Yeah.
So
How big are
I'll
the
start
nachos?
burning
They're only
that.
small,
It
they're
starts
big.
burning that, and because you don't
We
have
can always go to
spikes,
Jan's
there's
next
no
door and buy
eating,
some more.
There's no insulin response.
Tortilla
You're not
chips.
putting anything in. Your body, it runs. It's like
And some
it's the
guacamole.
difference between driving in traffic in London and driving on a clear motorway. Right? When you drive in traffic in London,
Always
stop,
room for
start,
more
stop, stop,
guacamole.
stop. When you're on the motorway, it's cruise control.
Yeah.
You just don't need to do anything. Just hold the steering wheel a little bit.
A nice big
Once
lunch,
you get the fat down,
pancakes,
adaptation.
strawberries, blueberries,
I can help you with this. I've done it myself. I used to
syrup,
be 20.
bacon, sausages, and egg.
Okay, at the moment I'm about 1700. I'm not finished my gym.
Oh bloody hell! We got our first. We got
We got our first vegan.
I mean,
no. Even worse. We got our first porn bot in the chat.
Oh my
Oh my
word.
God, yeah.
We are actually growing, ladies and gentlemen, and we have.
Amazing.
See, my genes
Yeah,
there.
look,
Big up, Bob. Bob deleted it. Big up, Bob.
And it happens, it's hard.
Carl's so quick. I'm clicking on the link.
Once you get there,
Big up, Bob.
it's
Cheers for that.
so easy.
Nice one, Bob.
It's so easy.
We got our first porn bot in the YouTube channel. So well done, everyone.
Well done.
Well done.
Which is fine, you can do it, but as long as the next day you say, right, I've had my cake, I'm going back to keto.
Yeah.
Have a cake, now I'm going to eat it.
Yeah.
There's never enough cake.
There is.
Not for me. Cake.
Kill you. It will kill you, actually. It really will.
Two red
But I haven't
cake
done that,
for
it's
you.
fine. It's fine, it's easy. It's easy to do.
Will you run down juice then?
Yeah, so if
You will
if
not
you're
like
interested,
coffee and butter.
Mark would have already
Try it.
told me I'm not going to like it.
Try it. Just try it. Okay. If you don't like it, there's no.
You don't even
there's
drink
no-
my cappuccino without sugar in it. You're not
there's
going to
no
like coffee.
requirement to eat. it's not sweet. It isn't.
No.
But if
What's
you
happening?
like fatty
I don't
things,
know.
Yeah.
like most humans, like all humans
Red's
do,
preaching and she's
it might appeal to a different taste sensation.
You know you've hit it
Yeah,
big
you-
with the porn
you
butt
drink
shut.
it,
Yeah,
right?
we've hit it
If you
big.
made it and I didn't like it, you drink it.
He doesn't want to drink that. That's horrible.
I've
But it's
got
meant
this.
to give you energy.
That gives you energy.
It's like, I always do. I always deflate in the middle.
It's because when you put sugar in, your body it produces insulin. Insulin is basically the hormone that says to your cells, take this stuff in and store it. Once all the glucose level goes down because of that insulin, the glucose level in your blood does that. Because you're so used to that, because every time it does that, you've eaten something to make it go back up again. You get a hormone release called ghrelin. Ghrelin is a hunger hormone, right? So it basically tells your brain, I'm hungry, feed me, right? So you get the ghrelin response, you then eat, your blood sugar goes up, your insulin response goes up, it then crashes, your ghrelin is released, it says eat, you eat, it goes up, it's the cycle. That's all you're doing is breaking the cycle. So if you look up Jason Fung on YouTube, he's a nephrologist who's quite prominent.
Nephrologist, that's a good word.
He's a doctor, a kidney, kidney doctor, kidney disease doctor, because one of the things that being
Shouldn't
diabetic
that
does
be
is
projected?
kidney
It doesn't do
disease.
porn butts. You can, nothing can.
Inside looking into. So his is the science.
Nothing can
of
get
it.
those quickly enough.
If you look
Oh,
up
I see.
Fat
I can-
documentary, there's a film that was done on that. And it talks
I need to
about
go into the spam
about
section
fat
on
and sugar and
Nightbot.
history of it. Okay. None of this will necessarily tell you what to eat. That'll take a little longer than I'll guide you.
Nightbot.
Right? But look those two up, have a watch of those, and see what it tells you.
Spam protection.
There's one guy on YouTube who basically says that eat butter. Eat butter if you want to lose weight.
I'm on the last
I know, it's counterintuitive, I know.
Yeah, so I'm back to work next
If you've
week.
got high
I had a
cholesterol,
very easy
eat fat.
That don't make sense.
But do you know why?
My dad's got very
As you
If you ate no cholesterol,
Hello.
you have
Bloody hell.
cholesterol in your blood.
I was wrong. Hello.
Your body creates cholesterol
So why
itself.
then when my dad
Why
was
is
like
he
this,
usually,
I told him to eat no cheese?
Because that was the nutrition science that they've been given before, which is incorrect.
Melanoma.
What
Closer.
they have now,
Not to stage 3.
but still haven't
So
passed
cut
forward.
it quite wide.
Need to find somewhere for you to
Because
sit.
of that reputation. So these people, they don't want their reputation down.
Yes,
40 years saying eat like
So I
this.
did a couple of
If
bits
they
this
then
week
turn around and
just
say,
to
oh no, we
see
got
how
it
I
wrong,
was.
Exactly.
that's their reputation destroyed.
Stitches
Right?
right with crack
So-
on and it seems like I
The
can.
reason that you don't have
Cappuccino.
high
The
cholesterol,
last day off today.
cholesterol is basically
Doing alright. Doing alright.
And start again next week.
the reason that cholesterol can kill you is
Thank you.
the way that sort of people
Shut
start.
out.
And I'm on treatment now.
You've got blood vessels all around
Treatment and
all around the body.
observations for the next
If
How many more agreements are you looking at
It's
the
not
list?
nothing heavy, it's classed as
what happens is that
According to Sky Italia.
these little carriers of cholesterol
I'd
jump into that little place to try and fix it. Because that's what
£90
cholesterol
million
is.
suddenly.
It's cell membrane.
I've got.
So it goes in there.
But if that's if
But
you really want
you've
to
still got
challenge,
the challenge.
that's
It
what
doesn't
you've
go
got.
like cholesterol comes
See,
in.
when my mate
There's
Willie involved
there's
in blocking
this drug
for
called
20
Kymba
years,
called
got
The
anything
thing that causes
the only thing the group around
Rema's not going to
what's the killer, what's the worst thing
Rema's not
that's
coming
in
to
it?
England. Not for 6 months. She
Sugar.
wants the Italian citizenship.
Because it's an inflammatory, right? So what happens is that these vessel walls like a tube like that, right? And you've got blood going through it that way. Right? What happens is that when the sugar passes it, it makes it inflame, so it shrinks. And then when it opens again, it
Where's
will
can't go on screen? He's in his mankini. Yep, right.
cholesterol comes in and tries to fix it, but you still can't see sugar from it. So it's still inflaming and getting smaller. And all it does is shrink and shrink until there's a blockage. Once the blockage is there, the clot forms, and then the tissue and the other dies, and then your heart can't pump, so you have a heart attack. It's all sugar, all of it. Right? And I'm addicted to the pill. Still addicted.
They can't do that at the moment anyway.
Sugar
because it's
causes the same response in your brain as heroin does.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Be afraid. How you doing, Greg?
That should tell you
I
the
could
reason.
go
Heroin,
back.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my
You can be
God.
addicted to it.
But I've tried to cut out my sugar and I
It
can't.
takes time.
Oh.
Do you think?
I tell you every week.
Do you reckon that you've got
Granted, up to
the willpower to last 3 days on something, anything?
one day.
Well, yeah, when I was single, I would contact with my just like I'm terrible
Yeah. Do you know why?
Just like that.
Because it's the perfect balance of fat and sugar.
I can't have a cup of tea. Not so bad with coffee. I can't have a cup of tea. And I always just have to take 9 o'clock in the evening. Worst time to eat as well. I said, do you know what? Mark said, I said, do you know what? I can't even want to. I'd just rather not buy
Good news,
it.
Bob. Glad to hear it. Did you go to play table tennis or bar football?
I just went back to
No.
just like that.
So if I said to you, I will put a
Heart murmur is good there, but faintly people all good. Great stuff, Bob.
Can you stick to the first 3, 4 days?
Apparently you're ignoring your
Would you
Bob's
say yes or
texts.
Am I?
Yeah.
Or I'm not. Where's my phone?
She's converted.
Only because of
Your youngest, blah blah blah.
You can do it. Because
Well,
once
I
you
made
get
a
over
great
that hump,
No. Good to see you.
once you get
Yeah,
over
he's
that
alright.
hump,
He's at the doctor's at the moment. Apparently he's.
right, it won't be the
So I'm
best that
ignoring him,
you'll
so I just
feel,
thought,
but you actually start feeling even
Reza?
better. Yes, my love.
Would you be able to dig out my phone from my bag?
I
Or
probably
just
can.
hand me my bag?
Yes.
Shit, it might not actually be in there. I might put it down somewhere.
No, darling, it's here.
Oh, right, yeah, there you go.
So Nightbot is now engaged on the links.
Respond to
So
it.
don't repeat the same message twice
Once
because you will be
get over that
bopped.
hump, It's again that thing from going from sugar adapted to fat adapted. Once your body starts to
Yeah, I know.
ketones,
I think I know a good window
just
cleaner.
the fact that it's got in itself, your brain you'll feel more alert, you'll feel
Great minds, well she, great
you
minds.
won't feel foggy because that's what sugar causes, it causes you fogginess. All of those things will drop away. You'll still feel a bit shit because you're not used to it. It's not changing, but you'll feel a lot better. And then as you continue, you'll feel more and more well. And then after a while, most people will say, I didn't miss it. It's just that.
I agree with that. Yeah, because what it is, in March I had a health check and I was borderline on diabetes. And one of the things they asked me to reduce is my sugar intake. The 2 sugars in coffee. Right. Well,
Nightbot is now officially
I have
engaged,
a small
so people have
amount
got to be worried.
I'm down
To
to
who?
a half a sugar.
If you post 2 links in a row, Nightbot will bop you like
But
instantly.
Oh.
3/4 of my sugar intake.
And repetitive
Okay.
messages as well. So if
I'm
you
not
spam
gonna
the
say
same message,
most foods that you eat has got sugar in
Yeah.
it or salt or whatever. Okay. But
and it will be.
So how does it affect
thing
someone
is,
like me, like
I've
being
taken the
annoying?
sugar content.
Won't do that. It's not, if you post the same message 3 times in a row, it will get you.
large
Great,
I've
great
cut
annoying
that
behaviour,
size
isn't
down.
it?
I've cut the sugar size down.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
there yet. I'm there yet.
And my sugar intake is less.
But let me ask you this.
How was your guitar lesson? It was good.
I don't want the milk down, but
It was
one
good.
day-
Kymba and Rez were here, so I've proven I might actually be able to play the guitar a bit. I'm good at it.
Like a steak, right? And for dinner you have like chicken thighs with like some avocado and some like leafy greens. Does that sound like with lots of olive oil on it? Does that sound like something you enjoy eating?
God, yeah. In fact, it sounds more than what I eat, but it's obviously a lot healthier than what I eat.
Did you know that avocado is the only vegetable / fruit that's not vegan?
What?
Avocados are not vegan.
Avocados
Yeah,
are
they're made out of
not
meat,
bad.
aren't they?
Because
See,
to
I
make
don't-
avocados, they have to
No,
take
I don't.
bees
I
across
don't
the
like
country, and that
I don't like
contributes to slavery towards animals.
Oh, I see.
What
Mate,
the fuck?
no,
Yeah.
listen. It's not
But
just
I don't-
avocados.
I
Everything. So
drink too
when
much
you
coffee.
plough the soil, you're not killing animals.
But
Yeah.
when I come to
It's
see men,
every
Yeah.
fucking
I don't-
veganism is
I
the
don't
biggest
have
load
any
of
sugar in my
bullshit this world has ever seen.
Yeah.
Alright? And it's a religious movement. So the thing that really makes me laugh is you get these vegans who call themselves atheists and forward thinking for being atheistic. Not that I disagree. Come round the side, mate.
I don't think that anymore.
Right?
Right? 'Cause I
But
could
it was all
quite
started by the
easily now
Seventh-day Adventist
get
Church
rid of
in
that
Australia.
half
Was it really?
Yeah.
a spoonful of sugar.
And
What is
how many
murky
coffees do you drink in
buckets?
a day?
Right.
Probably about 8 to 10 buckets.
No way.
So,
10 coffees
is-
a day you was drinking.
That's a lot.
All day
Yeah.
That's
long.
a lot of coffee. Imagine
Right,
all the sugar you put in that.
Yeah, but the thing is, the problem I have is because I don't have a breakfast or a lunch.
You went for a large one this time, didn't you? Oh yeah, didn't you, Kymba?
Overcome that. So, you know, the sugar on the packaging.
Right. You had chicken burrito, so the chicken is easy. Beef with spinach.
That doesn't
roast,
count,
that's
Bob,
mine.
because you're a moderator.
Don't moderate, that's your chicken.
Naked res on a cake with squirty cream called 999. 50p gets you naked res. Eating the soggy banana.
Spicy rice you want.
Easy.
That one's yours. That one's yours.
Yeah, thank you.
This one is mine.
Yeah. We need.
I mean, feel the temperature of that, right? Compared to that Chilango balls that I had the other day, which was lukewarm, and it came like half the distance or less. Very, very upset with that I was. I'll tell you about that. Wings are here.
Everyone likes naked res on a cake with squirty cream, apparently.
Well, of course they do. They're only human.
Big up, Phil. Hollywood Phil's in the house. Big up. Big up.
Hollywood Phil. And
And
nachos. Nachos with chicken tinga on
What I
it.
need to do
This
is you need to get up in the
Looks
morning.
messy.
No,
looks basically less warm.
Yeah.
This is a bit cold.
I don't go to bed to sleep.
The make.
Eat from
I
now.
can't last that long.
I can't sleep.
Can
See,
we?
I'm in bed at night.
Yeah, they're a bit soggy. aren't they?
Since COVID,
Well, one.
COVID's really got to don't
Chips.
eat very well, don't eat very well.
Let's get another plate.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll put them into the bag again, like I did last
Yeah.
time. If you want.
We need a plate for the bones somewhere.
Yes.
But my
There you go. Chips are in here as well, guys. Let's do this thing.
So I had to do something about it.
Mandy, my love.
Yes,
do you
I'm
mind
going
if
to
I
move out
have
of the
that?
course I don't.
If you take the
Yeah.
little comfy one.
For sure.
Need to find a chair for Mr. Graham.
Mexican food.
Okay. Where's that then? Where's that Mexican restaurant?
It's in Ilford.
Ilford?
Yeah. But feel that it's come all the way from Ilford. Feel how hot it is.
Wow, that's red
Yeah.
off.
I ordered a burrito
No,
from a
no,
place
it's that.
that's less than a mile from my house, and it was cold.
How does that work? Then?
Yeah. Because they're more interested in marketing and branding rather than the actual food that they serve. I'm talking about you, Chilango.
I wonder how he's kept it that hot.
Really?
Have you got an idea where to?
No. He does, but I'd have to pay my own father 40 grand, and no.
You pay your barber 40 grand to cut your hair, that's a lot.
Got in the restaurant. Fancy
I can understand why he wants it to happen.
and fancy it.
Who wants what to happen?
My dad wants us to be more on a high road, so we get more foot traffic.
Ah,
I think
that
that's
makes
great.
sense.
But then it wouldn't be great, because then I couldn't do what I do as a job, which is roast coffee.
He would lose his
And I was eating
mango.
under the table. Guys much bigger than me, you know, 18,
That's not
19,
big, Ben.
20 stone. I said, where do you
That wasn't a passive aggressive dig at all.
I mean, I was eating
He
steaks comfortably.
Oh my god.
They struggled.
My man.
You couldn't do that.
Who wants
I'll
cock?
be lucky. I'll be lucky if I do an 8 ounce.
Even the
steak.
girls
I love
make
the
cake.
Yes, please, sir. Love me some Mexican. Oh, yeah. 50p incoming. Phil is paying 50.
Fire Bean Mexican restaurant in Ilford. Worth it. Really worth it.
Phil was paying 50p, so you get naked on a cake with squirty cream, apparently.
Because the one thing that
Phil, I don't even get out of bed.
in that
50p.
Did you order that through an app or direct?
Yeah, just eat.
what I've got. Right. I mean, if I say obesity, I've got a friend who's probably the fittest guy I've ever seen in my life, 57. Guy who's supposed to do 20 odd marathons a year. He caught COVID and he's now literally tripled. Like before. We're taking that every Wednesday and it's a business of taking somebody's pathway, putting him into a car. And then when we get to the pub, it's getting him out of the car into the pub. But we've got to do it because otherwise it's got down late.
Yeah, no, it's lovely big steak in there.
Move this so it's not in the way of the camera.
He said,
Do you have proper Mexican Coke? I do have Mexican Coke, but I've still got a bottle.
You'll be honest with me. Really good.
I've been saving it for a special occasion.
My birthday.
Did you bring that back yourself?
No, I bought it online.
Oh wow.
It's £4 a bottle.
Christ, I'm alive.
Well worth it.
Well worth it. Fabulous. Big up the NHS. Yes, big up the NHS.
Goes to show.
Really
Can
fit.
affect it. Yeah, it's so hot in there, isn't it? Yeah, I was dog walking and I couldn't believe it. Absolutely pelted down. I thought, oh no!
Yeah.
Down with the dog in the rain.
Really, you should get 2 spoons so you can scoop it out onto your plate.
Yeah, good
The
idea.
only Friday in the last 5 weeks.
Or would have been.
We had to.
I think he's gonna fix it. He's gonna fix it, Kim.
I'm trying to go and see him once, twice a week.
Look at that.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
It don't cost me a lot to get up. Cheers. So I took him out for breakfast and then we had the lunch and wait time, you know. Got
Yes, it's the Mexican Coke again. Yes, Mexican Coke is the best Coke.
Oh,
No, it's a big lad.
You know what? That's actually ruined my experience with regular Coke now.
Yeah.
I can't drink it.
Oh, have you tried it?
Yeah.
It's the French said
I've only a couple of times it's just not hit the spot.
I'm curious. Cheers, Reza.
Should I open the bottle? I feel like it'd be rude not to.
You've
No.
always got the one, even when I'm taking
Not a £4 a pop. Not a £4 a pop, mate.
But today was good, very good. He's getting married in October, and then he's going around the world.
That Tinga chicken is quite nice.
Yeah.
Future wife.
Bloody lovely in a
He said,
burrito.
I've told the hospital I don't think there's any more chemo from that point on. I just want to enjoy my life for a lot better.
Ben, you are not moving the shop. Are you? I missed that. No, I'm not moving the shop. Unless I get lots of money.
No.
You heard it
How
first
much
here,
money?
Ben said.
You don't need a shop.
No.
No.
So what you're going to do is, say to your dad, yeah, go and buy a shop,
Yeah.
staff it,
Yeah.
I'll train them and then supply them the coffee. But I'm saying yes.
And what they said to him,
Win,
once
win,
that's
win.
done,
Mm.
then
Mark a copy from time to time to quality check. All sorted.
On the payroll, of course.
On the payroll.
Yeah.
I'm cheap, just a copy of the.
Yeah.
They won't know until such time. They won't.
Marcus de facto chief brand officer.
And that.
Until the rivers clear.
CBO, isn't it?
CBO.
Just got to, as you say, it's just time now. Do you have time?
How's your burritos, guys?
Awesome. How's yours?
Fabulous.
Looking forward
Brilliant.
to it because one of his.
How does this compare to that place in
friends
Laos, yeah?
played in a band.
It's different.
They overcome-
Place in
they
Laos is
band-
much cleaner
band.
because it is healthy-ish.
As a one-off. They're all got together.
It's very
Well, they're
decent.
getting together.
I prefer the options at Zambrero. The options are better, like more salsas, more different chunks of cheese.
What's this place called again?
Fire bean.
Fire bean Mexican, but it's in Ilford. What's in the burritos? I'm jumping back and forth between this and Dave and Jack's trick. Rez is having steak, I'm having chicken, and Kim is having
Very
steak.
not religious, nice girl.
And very good they are too.
Sometimes I might sit there.
I know, I love it. It's a comfortable chair, isn't it? But that sounds so hot.
What time you got water dogs, man?
5:30.
How are you, Riz?
I'm alright, Jay. Not so bad. Can't complain. Even when I do, no one listens.
Oh, listen, mate.
Joking.
Tastes pretty good.
So what, you can pick what meat you want in
Yeah.
Yeah, there was lamb chili,
Mm.
there? Yeah. Or chicken.
chicken, or beef steak.
I have to go. See you later, everyone. I'm sure at some point later today. Big up, Carl.
Cheers,
Great to
pal.
see ya. My Mexican mate is relaxing today. He tells me he's a Netflix and chill night. He also can't spell. He's, what's it? Dyslexic. Okay, interesting.
This makes.
What's that? Is that yours?
That is some nachos.
Oh, chicken one.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No.
Don't give yourself that place in Nelson. It's a beer shop.
Why is this so
Is it like my
specific?
daughter?
Similar.
Weekend.
I think Zambrano is much healthier.
What, where you are now?
Adaptation of Romeo and Juliet.
This
I
is
know,
from
you told me.
Guildford.
Oh yeah.
The Loughton's coming.
Yeah, I think so.
A bit,
I love it. I really like
that
it.
chosen that in Loughton bed.
Yeah.
What time do they close?
Eight o'clock?
Shoot down there.
Actually, it might actually be 9. It's 8 or 9.
Can I make myself an espresso, please?
Of course.
You want to change the
No.
medium?
No.
Same process?
18 grams.
Well, you've been training people to be baristas.
Yeah.
have you?
That's partly my job, but some people want to pull a shot.
Mark enjoys making it, doesn't he? Let's get my
Coffee in it.
Yeah, there's just about enough. I'm going to put some more coffee in there.
You can sit there if you
No,
like.
full
It's
weight,
so
you
hot.
haven't got enough in.
Give me a chance.
Put my back to the yes son.
You've got your back on the sun there, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get past it.
Bloody hell.
I didn't
Oh,
wait.
what a full.
No, you didn't weigh it.
Rusty.
Oh,
Do with it?
it's a lot cooler up here.
Yeah.
No, throw it away. I've got to put some more coffee in there now. You've wasted coffee.
I've got to throw it away.
You do.
No, you don't.
Throw it, it's away.
Because you don't know how much is in there.
What's the worst thing can happen?
Oh, it would be horrible. That's the worst
You
thing.
won't be horrible.
You've got well too much coffee in there.
Say put more in it.
No, it's just...
That'd do.
Ben, you'll be pleased to know.
Yeah.
Started Breath of the Wild yesterday.
Lovely.
Oh, did you? What did
About
you think?
bloody time.
Well, what do you use for espresso?
It's alright. It's
What
alright.
do you use for espressos?
I found it quite beautiful.
It was very pretty. Oh dear.
I can't play Breath of the Wild anymore because it's a danger to my own sanity. I'll
Alright.
play for 20 minutes and I'll end up playing for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Without even thinking.
Yeah.
Quite easily.
Okay.
Mark learning from the master and then not listening.
What's his name? Anakin.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. You are officially Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Darth Vader in the making.
Mark Vader.
You were
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to bring balance to the coffee, not destroy it.
Yeah, exactly. That makes me Alec Guinness.
Or Ewan McGregor.
I want to be Alec Guinness.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Let's
I think-
face
I
it,
think
even
I'd
you,
probably go.
Ewan McGregor wanted to be Alec Guinness.
I love that he's as the series got later in, sound more like Alec Guinness.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
He did sound a lot like Alec Guinness. Like he did that in the what's it called in the
Yeah.
prequel
Yeah,
trilogy
good.
as well. Towards the end, it was like
Yeah.
much
My
more.
last couple of days
Yeah.
of recovery now, so back to work next week.
You're not better.
I haven't felt not
Oh, no.
fine, to be honest. It was just being cut open and things like that. Limits your movement. When I start ripping stitches out, don't I? But no, it's all healed. I've had a couple of days, not even days, but a few hours the last few days, just to test. Everything seems fine. Full blast next week.
I'm having a can of Tropical Blast, Aldi's very own. Ooh,
Now,
sounds like
next year,
porn
baby
stuff.
sign,
Bloody hell.
got under observation.
Salah's re-signed with Liverpool, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got a 6-minute break. What did I miss?
Nothing.
Yeah.
You
We've
missed
been
Alec
munching.
Guinness.
I've been on it a week now. I feel pretty good. So
I'm terrible.
Moss Iceland
I've got
Space.
loads of like
Wretched
Not find the more
notifications.
wretched I have
Scum
scum and
no, no.
millionaire.
You must be cautious.
Meds,
We must be
meds.
cautious.
See, some tablets I find.
Hello there.
Can't swallow.
What to actually take? I see what you mean. Oh, I see.
I heard the
Don't
Moss
worry,
Isley
he'll be alright.
Travis Scott putting a very strongly worded complaint about that.
Who did?
The Moss Isley Travis Scott.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But that big. I said to the doctor, how the hell am I supposed to swallow that? He said, I'm not going to, so you either give it to me in a smaller tablet or in liquid form. You can't do that.
With these, what they should do is they should have the condiments on the side and then
Correct.
send you on
The nachos separately. Absolutely right.
I said to him,
I think you might be right, Ben.
what?
There's a
Bitter.
lot of coffee in there.
Have you overloaded?
Straight mark off the side or something.
Yeah.
Might be 22 grams.
Oh my word.
I think it was more than that. This ain't my first rodeo.
I am done.
Saucy goodness.
This entire chat is Bob just
Oh,
coming.
you've done good.
Naked Rez on a cake with squirty cream called 999. 50p gets you Rez on a eating a soggy banana.
Alright, yeah.
I get to a point where you really.
Then Bobby K saying yes, porn box.
I'm worried that maybe
Okay.
Bobby's phone has been sort of invaded
There's
by a porn bot.
One
or
is-
something,
No,
by a
that's
spam bot.
he has become a porn bot.
He's become a porn bot.
Have you
yeah.
seen the series of South Park with
then it gets a bit softer.
the
And then when
adverts?
it goes past that length of
It's excellent.
Huh?
It's excellent.
I don't know it's there.
Right.
I probably notice mine less than you notice yours.
Yeah. That was
It's just so
excellent.
soft.
Yeah,
It's
anyway,
really good. I'd be happy to eat this again and again.
Yeah.
You've got to grow past that. As well as
Couldn't
all the
finish it
little
this time,
hairs
though.
that were
But
doing that back
You'll
on my
all be
face.
pleased to
When they
know
get longer, they come
my
off
shirt
face.
is not
So,
stained.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, not like me then. You usually spill it all down.
if I've got white,
The flowers are still
if it's
standing.
white, guaranteed.
That's a great Ghostbusters
But I'm
moment.
wearing, I'm wearing blue, so obviously it stays clean. Only if it's white. Yeah?
Totally didn't expect
No,
anyone
no,
to get
not
that
at all.
bib.
Not at all. I'm glad I found another fellow traveller, to be honest. Oh man.
We're watching that film after the stream now.
Yes.
Right.
What film are you watching?
Watching Ghostbusters.
Which one?
First one.
The original. Original one.
The flowers are still standing.
Ray, if someone asks if you're a god, you say yes.
In the latest one, when she asked, "Are you a god?" It's like, "Come on, Ray, say it, say it."
I did quite like the latest one.
I loved it.
I wasn't horrified and just disgusted like I was with the third one.
Yeah, that 2016 one is an abomination.
I
I
refused to
started
watch
watching
it.
it really late tonight,
People
that's
say-
this afternoon, and I must admit I fell asleep during it. But that wasn't a comment on the film.
No.
That was more
You
to do
were
with
knackered.
I love that film. I think it is fan service done correctly.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's
yeah.
fan service done correctly.
And before the woke
Yeah.
police jump on my back saying it's because the Ghostbusters were girls. No, it's not. I have
Oh,
no objection.
No,
to
it's just a
Ghostbusters
shit
being
film.
girls. The film was shite. Right. So I turned around. I remember ages ago. This was one of the things that basically convinced me that Twitter was not a healthy place. I turned around and I criticised the Wonder Woman film. And I said it's not a very good film, right?
Which one?
The
Which
first
one?
one. The first one. It's
You
not
mean
the,
the original?
First one.
no,
The first remake.
Gal Gadot
the
one.
first remake one.
Yeah, Gal Gadot.
Yeah, with the Israeli actress.
Yeah, love her.
Yeah. You know, I said it's just not a good film, right?
agree.
You look at it, pacing, script, plot, character, all of it is lacking, right? There are major problems
There
with
are
this
major.
film.
You
And
know
I
the
was
biggest problem
attacked
is?
for being a sexist.
The biggest problem is a DC film.
Yeah, they're just never. They're never any good. The only-
I
only
have
the
a
Batman
counter
ones.
argument.
Only the
I
Batman
love that
ones.
film because the lead actress is Jewish. So yeah, I love that film. I am incredibly biased.
You can't judge
You
it.
can't. Yes, I can, and I did.
Yeah.
It had a beautiful dark-haired Jewish woman as the lead actress, and I loved every minute of it. Just like any film with Mila Kunis in it, I love every minute of it.
Being sexist or racist
Yeah.
or transphobic or anything like that.
Have you seen
They'll
the
just,
new?
they'll just attack you for that rather than what you,
Not at all.
the meat and veg of what
I've
you're saying.
Exactly.
Most of them, the
Yes.
vast
Stupid.
majority, I think there's one or
Stupid
two that
world
I've not
thing.
seen. I will watch them because not because they are.
Nightbot isn't
they're
rubbish, Welsh Jet.
important
Mods
films,
can
because
spam.
The MCU is important when it comes to the history.
Mods can't go after other
But,
mods.
so, which one are you talking about that I may or may not have seen?
Doctor Strange and Multiverse.
Not the latest one. No.
I'm gonna watch it tonight. It's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, it is.
Me and Bob watched that 2 nights ago.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
All I'm going to say is, it twists stuff early and then it's intense from there. That's all I'm saying. It does not slow down.
The reviews I've seen from it is either brilliant or awful,
Right. Or both.
or both.
So
I do quite like that, brilliant but awful.
I went into it being a
Like
bit of
the
an
Room.
MCU fan,
Yeah.
or at least a Marvel fan, and also a huge fan of Sam Raimi. So
Yeah.
that was a perfect combination for me. It wasn't quite as good as I wanted it to be, but it's not bad at
Yeah.
all.
It's
at
so
all.
awful. It's great.
But it's, no,
What's your feeling on the original Spider-Man trilogy?
Yeah. The Sam
So-
Raimi ones, they're the best Spider-Man
Maguire,
films.
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
The first one was
First one was great.
okay.
Second one was good.
Second
Third one was god
alright.
awful.
Second
Third
one's
one
the
was
best
a-
out of them.
Yeah.
Third one was
That's
an
a Sandman one.
abomination
Yeah.
unto nature.
Second one's the one with Doc Ock.
Except for when he goes all Bully Maguire, and that's brilliant.
My favourite Spider-Man out of the recent set is what's his name, Garfield.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Well, I've got to say,
him for me was a great Peter Parker.
This is how much I rated him.
Yeah.
I hadn't even seen them. I was
should.
like,
That's your fault then.
in
You
No
should.
Way Home,
It's
I
also
think it's
the
the
fact
best
that
thing
it's
in
got
it. I
fucking
think
Martin
Garfield.
Sheen
I
as Uncle Ben, right? Martin Sheen is a god in my eyes. I love Martin Sheen. He, for me, he holds, or he is responsible for one of the greatest moments of television I've ever seen. Have you guys seen The West Wing?
I need to remember.
Right. I'll find the clip and I'll show you. Right?
We can't do that on stream, unfortunately.
I'll show these guys.
Yeah, you can show them, guys.
Christ.
I know. It's too
I do like Tom Holland's
No, I'm not on
Spider-Man.
about.
He's not bad, but
I
he's
do
not-
like him.
he's
No, I
not
love
my
Tom
favourite.
Holland.
I think those are the best films, but he might not be the best Spider-Man.
Well, this is it. This is it for me. For
I'll
me,
watch a lot of
Those
for me,
films are-
Spider-Man was thing, you know.
Yes, yes.
I do like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and he's a Tottenham fan. So
Yeah.
No way.
Morbius is better than
Surely.
Bob.
Bob,
We had to Avengers film.
Bob.
No, not
Bob
films.
hated
You know
Morbius
the
as well.
things with,
Bob.
Catherine
What's Bob
McVeigh?
saying now?
Yeah,
He's
the
saying
TV
Morbius is
series.
better than the
That might be
Shawshank
one.
Redemption.
That was the
Yeah.
one. That was the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you both
You
hated
see
it,
what
didn't
they've
you?
done.
yeah.
Right.
I just haven't seen it, can't be asked.
No,
Right.
don't waste your time.
Here you go, guys. So check this. But I don't know if you
You'll
can
never
see
get
it
that time back.
after the adverts.
But yeah, as you all now know, any film with Gal Gadot in it is my favourite.
No, the West Wing.
I'm going to
no,
keep on
the,
eating.
Yeah.
what's it called, White House.
Sure.
I think
Done.
I am satisfied,
No.
especially after my ginormous Chinese meal yesterday, which was delicious as well. It's another meal in Ilford as well. Is it when we puts the cigarette at the cathedral,
You need
Res?
to hear it. You need to hear it. No. It's the bit where he ends with nobody sits.
Bashing Bible bashing.
Can you hear it?
Just.
He was very good as Uncle Ben, Martin Sheen.
I didn't really like Aunt May being younger and prettier and
Well, they just made him younger. He's a younger Spider-Man, so it's a younger Aunt May.
well, I don't know if he is younger compared to Spider-Man Peter Parker.
That's the
in
problem.
original
That's the
comics.
problem. He looks younger.
Yeah.
Toby Maguire does not look like a kid at school, does he? He looked like an adult even when he was
Can't hear
15.
it.
He did, yeah.
I'll look up later.
Yeah.
Bashing Bible Bash.
Yeah, bashing Boba Bash, or just put in West Wing. Nobody sits.
I'm not a fan of the talk show bigger. I remember
But Martin Sheen is amazing, right?
he was brilliant in the Damned. You know, I believe it's
No, that's Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen. Sorry,
It's Michael Sheen.
too many Sheens.
Yeah.
Mr. Sheen.
Mr. Sheen, Martin
Clinton.
Sheen,
Yeah.
Charlie
Anything-
Sheen,
Yeah.
Emilio Estevez, who's also a Sheen,
Ooh.
technically.
Yeah.
Actually, it's the other way around. The Sheens are actually
Estevez
Estevez.
is.
Yeah.
But Martin Sheen is brilliant.
I
mean, you watch Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
What was the thing? Crap.
That smell of napalm in the morning.
Yeah, although that was, what's it called? That was Robert Duvall who said that. Oh God, what was the film?
Spice.
Borderlands.
Yeah, they
that's
are.
right. Great in that. Oh, he's such a great actor.
Aaron Sorkin is a great writer. He is.
Pretty good, yeah. He wrote A Few Good Men.
What did we watch the other night?
The other night,
Yeah,
that was the latest Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
Ah.
This one, yeah.
I don't think I've seen any of those. Is that the one with Mila Jovovich? In the I don't know if she's still doing
No,
it.
this was like the latest version is like the backstory
Okay, right.
before it even happened. Sort of
Okay.
thing.
Did you? Was one of them directed by Guillermo del
No
Toro?
idea.
Okay. There was a they wanted
Oh,
to do
no.
a game,
Bob has just committed
I've
an
never seen
utter
it.
cardinal sin.
and to do it, they give it to introduce it with this small demo, and the demo was directed by Guillermo del Toro, right? He's a big sort of Hollywood director and
Yeah,
stuff. Absolutely terrifying. It's called PT. You can't get it anymore, the demo, because they didn't actually develop the game in the end.
Yeah.
But PT was terrifying. When,
Do you want to
when-
hear a bit of heresy out of the words of Bob?
What's he saying?
The Girls Ghostbuster movie is better than The Shawshank Redemption.
Shut up.
I've never seen that film actually.
How have you never seen The Shawshank Redemption?
Kim
Well,
could do
I'll add
that.
that to my
Well,
list.
The third Ghostbusters film.
oh yeah.
And then,
No, but I don't think Bob's being genuine.
if he objects, I've got him on stream.
I haven't seen that one either.
Wicked.
It's literally on the stream. It
Yeah.
saves the chat.
Exactly.
You can't hide it either. Have we got anyone in today? Yes, we do. We have Rezinald. We have Kymba. We have Graham. We have the M&Ms as usual.
Were they,
Hello everyone.
were they hot? Were they really spicy?
They were a little bit
I was
spicy.
going to say, because that sauce looks really hot.
Yeah. It's buffalo sauce, so yeah, it's like
I'm
comfortable
not a
spice,
bot.
but
I'm not a bot.
if you don't
And
like
I'm
any
not
kind of
like
meat at all, I think it would probably be too much.
necessarily good at
My teeth
remembering
did, I
every
forgot
tiny
the
bit of
Yeah.
detail and things like that from different films.
See, I'm not
I
into-
watch a lot.
I'm not into things like Star Wars. I'm not into Star Wars.
Um,
I'm not saying I don't like them.
no,
just
no,
I watch
no.
them.
You're not a cultist. I love Star Wars.
No, I don't know.
I love Star Wars. I love Lord of the Rings. I used to love Game of Thrones, but I ruined it.
Yeah, the last
I
three
didn't
seasons.
get the.
I enjoyed season 6.
Oh, there was a.
Season 7 was all okay.
Did you watch that?
like funny comedy.
Season 8 is an abomination.
There was a scene in the previous season where Jamie Lannister manages to get that harpoon thing.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
He was, he was Bronn, so
Yeah, Bronn, yeah.
Bronn, he was just absolutely Mr. Invincible, and
Yeah.
I think I love Bronn as a character, but I think he should have died
Yeah.
in that bit, you know, as part of
He didn't even die.
Yeah, I know.
He's the most powerful man in Westeros.
I know, and
really,
they just
really
really
enjoy it.
jumped the shark with that, didn't they?
Last year before.
They ruined that TV show. They utterly ruined
It
it.
was the pinnacle, it was the best.
Battle of the Bastards when it all went downhill from there. Because that was epic.
My mum was a Shakespearean actor, so done a lot of theatre work.
Yeah.
Which is in context as well, so we can't be down for swearing.
On BBC Radio.
Because it's in context.
Yes.
If you have a look at his profile, there's loads of stuff.
Oh, yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mark, I've got
Ben loves rings. Ah,
He died in
yeah.
1974, 48, yeah.
Oh,
Bless them.
no way, is it?
I do dog walking
Oh, okay.
and dog
I
sitting.
suppose that's the
If
only.
he'd have been alive today, it'd been 94
Two
years
of my
old.
regular dogs, they're
I suppose it's back to that. It's not how many years you've got, but how many years you use, basically. Yeah.
And the years he used, he did well with it.
It sounds like it, yeah. And he lives kind of on, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He lives on.
Yeah, of course. Oh, bless
Well,
you.
he's got his own Facebook page, even though he's not with us.
Oh, I
Oh, lovely.
absolutely love them. I love them.
So I know the person that created his Facebook page.
Yeah.
And I then had to tell them that there was some anomalies on their Facebook page.
Yeah.
They said to me, how do you know? I said, well, I am his nephew, by the way.
Good luck with
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
the treatment.
Mark. Appreciate it. Yeah. Stay strong. Oh, I've got MS.
I'll explain all of that.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll get him up out. Not saying it's not worthy, but I know you're very much.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's doggies.
Oh, got a
River
spare
on
bit.
it.
Yes. So £6.50, please.
Does that include my fuck up of an espresso?
Yes, it does. I should charge you double for it. Get it wrong, you charge double.
To be honest, it wasn't that bad, it's just really strong. Give the 50p to Reginald.
First, thank you.
Kneecaps now.
Nice to see you
I'll see
again.
you.
Have a nice weekend.
Thank you. Still no. Golden reduction sugar.
What's that? Oh, we may just cut
Bye
down.
guys, take care, see you
Yeah,
soon.
Reg.
Put it all together.
Big up.
No,
Eminem,
exactly.
Mark and Benzie in the
Back
house.
to work next week, so I won't be around
Gradually. I
every
mean, I've done
day.
it in one lump. I've tried to do it all.
Oh, that's an interesting question.
What?
You're fine.
The Shawshank Redemption or Arsenal's All or Nothing? Two masterpieces.
Your taste buds will be better.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, yeah. No, this
You
is
see
the
that
one.
poster where they just
No, I'm not
crossed
going
out
to
the
the
whole
toilet.
law?
Please, comes coming.
That is a very good. Shawshank Redemption or Arsenal All or Nothing.
Did they do
An excellent comedy versus an excellent thriller.
Yeah, doing it now.
Yeah.
Mark,
When does that come out?
No idea.
We need to do a watch along.
We should do a watch along.
Bob, sort it out. We've got to all get in the same house
Yeah.
and we've got to actually watch that. Can you do a? Are you physically allowed to do a reaction to that?
Have a nice
I think
weekend.
this.
Have a nice weekend.
See you later, my love.
See you later.
I think as long as you chop it up a bit, you should be able to do it.
Oh, Bob got them before Nightbot could.
What's that?
The porn bots are back.
Bob's very highly attuned to the porn bots.
Yeah.
It's almost like a sixth sense. Almost as if he.
Did they
created
change
them
the
in
name
first
to
place.
Lego Had Salty Tears?
Interesting.
You off, guys?
Yeah.
Take care.
Nice to
See
see
you
you.
soon. And you. I'll speak to you more about the stuff later.
Fun.
Yeah? Next time. Take
See you
care.
again soon.
Take care, pal.
See you guys.
Bob has a very interesting question to you about two masterpieces.
Oh, yeah?
The Shawshank Redemption
Yeah.
versus Arsenal or Nothing.
I've seen
Arsenal's all or nothing.
I've seen two variations on the advert for it. Like one where they put an extra F in, which says all for nothing,
Yeah.
and the other one where it's just like a couple of words scrubbed out and it just says
Yeah.
nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. Go on, mind you.
Yeah.
That was delicious.
Oh, good.
It really was good.
And there wasn't much left behind, which I'm also pleased by.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must admit, I went on a clean-up mission.
Oh, good for you, go.
Big up, Kymba.
Yeah.
Piss off Connie and Blythe, or they're not here now.
He's alright, yeah. We're probably going to do a barbecue here next week. And Dad's going to
Christ. I hate chewing them. Oh, there we go.
That's we need to do a watch along for the All or Nothing Arsenal thing. We need to get every single Tottenham YouTuber
If it's
to a sofa,
Friday or
and we've all
Friday
got
night,
to sit and watch it.
that's your band.
and put it on YouTube.
Cross, and we're going to be out all day.
Oh, right,
So
okay.
I don't know if
See,
it's next week or the
that's
week
slightly
after.
problematic.
But
It's
not
not
next week.
live.
Yeah,
We're not
yeah,
going.
yeah.
You could do it live.
We'd love to see
No,
you.
but the point is that you can't broadcast the show.
You could do a watch party though, and then
Yeah.
everyone else could watch it with
But that's
you.
the point. Everyone would have to then be an
No,
Amazon
I
Prime
think
member
you can like
who wants to do it.
you can obviously.
How many?
Chop it up a bit.
We were able to do individual reaction bed. No need to show footage. We can all watch it at your dad's cinema. I don't have. Well, I just don't have chairs. We can all do it. We just need to figure out how to stream it.
Touch with Jamie actually.
I do have a 90-inch TV.
Yesterday.
No, that's only a throwback.
It's not mine, but we could watch it on that.
I don't.
Well, there's no chairs to watch it.
Yeah, I don't give a
My
fuck about
dad
it,
is
so I
useless.
don't know.
I just want
We're
to
doing stuff like that.
No.
You get the TV, but no
To be honest,
speakers, no
I just rely
chair.
on my mates
We
to
could
find all the funny
theoretically
bits
do
and
it
post
as
them
we're
for me.
dead
You know,
offices.
Bob will probably be
No,
doing
there's
one.
no little
Yeah,
It's a lovely video.
exactly. Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
do it.
We got to do it. That is the
Yeah.
idea.
Absolutely brilliant.
We got to organise that. That's an idea.
The funny bits will be on, and I'll watch them when they come on. You know?
We need to do on a bigger show.
Do it in the van.
I don't know if they'd go
Yeah,
that
maybe
far.
that would
Would
be
you
worth
imagine that?
rallying
Yeah.
some of the
If they had
Spurs
the bottle
YouTube
to do it,
community.
it'd be
Just
funny.
do like
We need to have everyone. We've got to have expressions there.
Yeah, Tommy, the We Are Tottenham TV boys.
We got to have everyone
Chelsea,
there.
Where's my clickety?
Brian, Danny.
Is that it? No.
No, I found it.
Sorry. You're getting a bit of his
Cinema room.
Graham.
Well, she put a cinema room and then like what says, "Oh yeah." Finally, someone activated it.
What's the trigger? I think.
Yeah, the letter A. The letter A will trigger. Oh yeah.
Who? Oh, I didn't watch it. I've been stuff I can do. But hopefully,
Well, Ben, I don't know about you, but I feel powerful after eating.
Yeah. I feel like I need an afternoon coffee, but what to go for? Oh no.
That's what it was.
Decisions.
Decisions. Yep, it works. Well, she's typed A again, and it goes, oh yeah.
That's what I couldn't tell you. No, yeah. Hopefully you'll recover. Should be all good. So it's not fairly straightforward.
When you do go for your coffee, would I be able to trouble you for another one of those teas?
Yeah, you can do it.
Sure.
I just need to think about what coffee I want.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
No rush, make your decision first of all.
But yes.
I'm just going to
Touch wood, you
play
can-
with this new square.
You've nearly recovered from that. Yeah. I worked that thing down. He didn't tell me. I worked that myself.
We're actually going to have to ask that. Does everyone have Amazon Prime? I think it's a capital. That's really annoying.
Yeah.
Because how often do you type a capital A?
Oh, I've got two now.
The question. Oh no! It does it for normal A as well. It does it. I think you're just going to kill
I'm
Nightbot.
going to get done by the spam filter.
No, you can't. You're a moderator.
Oh, I see. Mwahaha.
You have the power. You're like He-Man.
I have power.
Yeah, exactly.
Little bit of snap there for you. A bit of indigestion.
You expect it for with age, but
That's great that works.
you can.
Also happens to younger people as well.
Yeah. So, what does everyone think of our new boy, Richarlison?
Richarlison.
I'm happy with the signing.
Richard Arlison.
Yes. Richie Arlison, that's right.
I
Yeah.
mean, what I would say is, of the four players that have been in around that group, Jesus,
Rafinha.
Sterling, Rafinha, and Richarlison, I think he was the better of the four.
Yeah.
Right. My view is that it's a little bit overpriced, like a lot of it. But
Nothing you can do about that.
my biggest worry is how much game time he gets.
I'm not worried.
I am.
I'm not. 60 games. 60 games between three.
Yeah,
what's
it's
it,
45
right?
positions for every single player.
Yeah. Right? So say
Oh,
three
yeah.
what's it called? There's 180 slots that have got to be filled, right?
Ah, yeah.
Between 5 players, that you're doing,
Still got more, yeah.
that's 45. That's less.
Swifty doesn't want him. Big up, Swifty.
180.
How you doing, darling?
36.
He's saying that to annoy Bob.
Shall I
Oh, I see.
tell you where my worry is?
Mhm.
Right. One man, Harry Kane.
Yeah, maybe.
The demand, what we don't know is what's in his contract.
Yeah,
Right. And if it's in his contract, when I'm fit, I play.
that cannot be right.
Lads,
That
love
cannot be
Welshie.
done.
Take care,
They've got
darling.
to change that. If they're giving him a new contract, that's got to
see,
go.
I see that's been there in my mind because you know him too well.
He's always played.
Yeah. When he's fit,
Yeah,
someone
great
else has
idea,
to-
Bob.
That's not,
Have like a
that's not on.
rotating
It's got to
watch
fit.
along.
It's got to
sort of
change
thing.
if they do that. They've got to change that. If they give him a new contract, that has got to go. He cannot have that where if he's fit, he plays.
No, we got to do a watch along. We've got to just be all on the
It'd be
sofa,
great to have us all in the same room.
and we all just need to all be in the same room and watch it together and laugh.
Yeah.
Because I think if you had it small enough on the screen
Kane has to accept
and the
that
time on it, you would know where to watch from, so you could watch it with us,
And that's the problem, I say.
and then that would give you back
That's my biggest worry.
the idea of
We'll see.
watching
We'll
it
see
with
what
people.
Conte does.
Or if you did it
I think
live, you could
Richarlison's
do a
got
watch
all the
party.
ability
Yeah.
to be a top player.
I think so too.
Yeah, good luck, Welshie. Good luck, darling. It'll be a shame not seeing your lovely face in the chat comment. Not that I saw your face in the comments
Why
anyway.
is
but
she not going to be in the comments?
She's starting a new job on Monday.
So what stops her from being in the comments?
She'll be working with my stream.
Oh, I see.
So for later streams, she'll be there.
Well, if she has like a tea break or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they're all good. Thanks, babes. Yeah, mum's well, dad's well. So yeah, dad will be here next week. I think we're looking at doing a barbecue. Don't quote me on that at the moment. That's the temporary idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're not going to get the thing is that
There we
getting
go.
the elite bracket players is
difficult
difficult because they're
yeah.
already at clubs that are in the Champions League, right? So we will. Every club does it. I mean, look at Chelsea. They bought Rafinha, right?
Buy in.
So-
They haven't bought him yet.
Oh, they're buying Rafinha.
But
So-
apparently Barcelona do have the money now,
Right,
supposedly.
yeah, okay.
Because
Let's-
they've been,
Okay, hold on. Let's change it. So, two Leeds players,
Yeah.
Calvin Phillips
Yeah.
and Rafinha, are both moved or have moved or are
from a
moving
not an elite club to an elite club.
right?
Yeah.
So, how is Rafinha moving from Leeds to say Chelsea or Barcelona, and Calvin Phillips moving from Leeds to Man City?
The same as
Any
Everton
different
moving
to
to Tottenham.
Richarlison moving from Everton to Spurs, right? This is the argument that Savile was making the other day. It's like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Chelsea, Man City, Man United, Arsenal. They're not going to sell us their best players. We are never going to get those players. So this idea that we're going to go and get players that are at the top of their game already is impossible. Not because we don't have the clout, but because those other clubs won't want to sell those players to us. So we have to go and get the best of the rest. Richarlison, in my view, does fall into that category. He does fall into the category of the best of the rest, right? Another attacking midfielder that is really as good as him outside of, say,
But as
Rafinha.
I said, of those
Thanks, Bob.
equivalent
Thank you,
type
darling.
players that were out on the market this season, you know, the Jesus, Sterling, right? Richarlison to me was the best of the club, right? And only just. But my biggest worry still is that we're still very reliant on Kane and Son.
I think we're more.
Thank you, darling.
It depends
Cheers.
on. This is again. It boils down to what the hell Conte can or is willing to do about that situation. If it is a contractual thing, that is fucked up beyond all recognition, right? You cannot have a player starting only on the criteria that he's fit.
But you see,
Right.
if you look at the structure of the team at the moment, your midfield players, right, the four that are going to be there, Skip, Bentancur, Stewart, and Hodgson, right, they probably offer you between them through a season no more than about 4 or 5 goals.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Then you're, as I said, you're then relying.
Is that why he was saying
if
cheers
you're
to him
gonna
his last
be
message?
cheating
Yeah.
at the top level.
I'm not going to
you've
do
got
it
to
the
be scoring
dignity of
between
reading it
80
out.
and 100 goals in a season, right? And okay, Son and Kane will give you half of that.
Yeah.
Okay, but where's the rest of it coming from?
Well, I would say that depends
Sport
on
witness
the,
that claiming
depends
that
on the
Clement
wing-back situation.
Langley will be
If you've
announced
got-
by Tuesday at the latest.
If you get
How take
a
that with a
proper
pinch of
set of
salt.
wing-backs in,
I'd
Thank
like to know
you.
the source of
you'll
the guy
see
that
that
says
the
the
likes
Tottenham
of
and the
Voige's,
ties to
Skip,
lift.
and Basuma
Yeah,
will
I'd
actually
like to
start
know
with
if that's
more
a-
I'll
goals.
see if I can find it.
Right?
Thanks for the tea,
Because
darling.
It's
they're
Sky
not
Sports
creators
is
in
how
and of
they do it,
themselves.
apparently.
When we talk about midfield goals, a lot of the time people are talking about those goals being created by the midfielders themselves, or as a direct result of play that they've instigated and then have taken advantage of. Whereas if you look at some of Conte's teams and the systems that he plays, what he does, if he's playing a say a 3-5-2 or a 5-3-2, however you want to describe it, when you've got that three in the middle like that, you've got two defensive.
Sky
defensive
Italia
line,
journalist
one
Luca
forward,
Marchetti.
right?
Yeah, but is he
Right?
a good source?
So
I've got
what
no
you've got
idea.
at the back with the
Is
defensive
Luca
is that
Marchetti a
pivot,
decent
where
source, or is he
one will
Tesco
stay back and the
Ketchup?
other will move forward
Yeah, exactly.
to support the cam and then support
Is
the
he
two
prime
strikers.
salad cream,
That way you've
or
got
is he
a
Tesco Ketchup?
four-pronged attack going up. So what happens is the goals get spread amongst those, with the two strikers taking the most advantage because they're usually the most advanced. If you're playing a 3-4-3, again with those two, what you're relying on isn't a pivot, but you're actually relying on both of those
Bless you,
two
Benji, your little
coming in
sweetie,
the later phase of games after the ball has been spread wide for the wing backs to take it up the pitch and play it into your three forward. That way you're spreading between five different players, in which case your three forwards are the ones that will take the most advantage. They're the ones that will get the bulk of the goals. But your two deep line playmakers making those late runs will still chip in with a few goals as well. So I would expect Bentancur, Højbjerg, I would love to see Skip get some goals, and Basuma. I would see their product, their output in terms of goals actually go up if we can solve that wing back problem.
One player in that squad, if he stays fit, that will score goals, I believe, is Ryan Sessegnon.
Yeah, maybe.
I know a lot of people say now he's injury back, but if he can overcome that injury,
He is, but yeah, I think you're
I,
right.
I believe that he's the guy that can give you 10 goals a season.
Depending on how much he plays,
Yeah.
right? Because Perisic, in my view, I'm hoping my hope is that Perisic will be wing back number one or left wing back number one rather than Sessegnon. I want to see Sessegnon learn from Perisic, not be
Now in multiple positions, not all obviously, because we're still deficient in the now in multiple positions, we've got the option for rotation
Yeah.
or changing, and that's
the thing
huge
is,
because we haven't had that
Now,
for
now
so
you've got
long.
5 substitutions.
Yeah.
Right? Ryan Sessegnon for me could have 25 minutes at the end of the game,
Yeah,
potentially,
yeah,
and save the legs of Perisic.
Perisic, yeah.
yeah.
But then that you see when you think of it that way, that's what makes the right wing back position so critical to get really a decent, a good, solid, proven right wing back.
Forster, Basuma,
He can
Perisic,
get
and Richardson, Longley, Spence with a high chance of bringing
I'm just-
in a
I'm-
Tielemans away for it. Bremer
I'm
would be Leanik's best window ever, probably.
Sick of
Probably.
them,
But Bremer's not coming to Tottenham.
right?
No,
Spence is
we are
not.
being linked with him.
We've been
in my
linked
view,
with
I
him,
don't see Skip
but
Spence being a
We have to
key
remember
part of this
that
squad.
he wants Italian
Don't give a
citizenship.
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Right.
wants that, and he's got to wait 6 months for it. He's not
Who?
Bremer.
Bremer, right?
As even with Richarlison, he's moving to Tottenham from Everton, and he still has to get a work permit, which
Yeah.
might not be approved.
Yeah, it's true, it's true.
Whereas if Bremer gets Italian citizenship, he doesn't need a work permit because
right.
he's an Italian European citizen. Go anywhere.
Yeah, but I don't see any reasoning behind why Richarlison won't get a.
No, he won't. But
No,
like,
it's always just turns
it's a
up,
what
but-
if.
What if?
Yeah.
But
There have
Bremer
been one
moving
or
from
two
Italy
where
to
they
the
haven't,
UK,
but-
when he wants, a lot of my Brazilian and Argentinian friends all have Italian citizenship for that reason. It makes it easier. It means you can job hop very easily.
Yeah.
So you're not going to give that up when you've only got to wait 6 months. And there's not this. There was a thing. Oh, if you buy a property in Italy, oh, you can just do that. No, it's not how it works. You can't just buy a property in Milan. My boss is from Italy. He moved to the UK and did a brilliant job. He moved back to Milan because Italians want to live in Italy. He had to wait 5 years to buy a place. He's not going to suddenly just buy a house. You have.
I mean, it's like kind of my mates say with the Spence thing. Buy him, loan him to Nottingham Forest, let him have a year
Yep.
at Forest in the Premier League, see how good he is. If he's any good, fair enough. If not, send him on.
That's it. And that to me would be that to me
Sensible.
is a sensible thing to do. But it then means that you shouldn't even be thinking about Spence as any kind of
option.
thought for next season. Whereas there are people out there who are coming in their pants over the prospect of Jed Spence playing for them, based on 2 FA Cup games,
Yeah.
right? Where their argument rests on the fact that, oh, he beat 2 Premier League opposition. First of all, he didn't beat them by himself. And second of all, if you want to talk about Premier League opposition that Nottingham Forest played last season, how about the 4-1 tonking that they took off Wolves at the county ground, in the FL Cup, yeah? So you want to talk about they beat Man United and Arsenal, fine, but they were tonked by Wolves.
But what I'll say to anyone who Spence in those 2 games, how, as well as he brought the ball up from defence, the delivery into the box was shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think he's only had 4 assists in the number of games he
There
played
you go.
for Forest anyway, in the Championship. So if he's not doing it in the Championship,
Won't do it in the
he
Premier League.
certainly won't do it in the Premier League.
Well, no, you can't say. The thing is, the counter argument that I would say is you can never tell. Right? It might be some weird concatenation of circumstances in which he couldn't do it in the Championship but can do it.
I
in
just
the
checked
Premier
with
League
you
for
guys
whatever
scoffing
reason.
your faces, but
The
it doesn't
point
tell us you're halfway to qualifying for a
about
Mexican
risk.
passport.
That's right.
When you
Which
purchase
is the
a
reason we
player,
did it, not because
Yeah.
no
we're
matter who
greedy.
that player is, no matter how old they are, how good they are, how famous they are, it is always a risk. Look at Ndombele. We all thought we were getting the next
But
best thing, and it turned into shit.
But I think at 15...
But hold on, no,
Thought it was
the
gonna be
point is
Jack the
this.
Biscuit,
It's
didn't
not
we?
about financial risk, it's about risk of whether or not that
Biscuit?
player is going to
Jack the
go on the
Biscuit.
shit.
Jack the Biscuit.
The point of this is
We do have
a
many
proven
biscuits.
right wing back is less of a risk
Yeah.
than a developing one because there's
They've proven
evidence
it.
to suggest that they can adapt and that they can do the business. That for me is why I don't get excited about Jed Spence. I don't give a fuck if we do get him or not, and I don't give a fuck about what Middlesbrough think about the whole situation, because for me, it would be a massive risk for him to be our first choice right wing back.
My way of thinking with that about Middlesbrough is if he was that great a player,
They'd be keeping him.
no, if he was that great a player, there would have been 4 or 5 other teams.
Yeah.
And they're not.
My question is, if we're going for a Middlesbrough right back, why aren't we going for the one that Jed Spence couldn't get in the team
Isaiah
over?
Johnson.
Jones, who's a
Yes,
much better player in my book. And we know that he's tonked us because he battered us.
Yeah.
You know, but even then, I wouldn't necessarily advocate for Isaiah Jones based on his performance against us in the FA Cup, right? Because again, it's just one game, and every player, like they had the substitute who scored their winner, right? He only played a couple of minutes, right?
Yeah.
And he was a substitute and wasn't being selected, but he came on and he beat
Scored.
us. You know, it's stuff like that. People need to look beyond the idea that he had 1 or 2 good games. You know,
We need
it's-
proof it.
But how
Yeah.
many players out there, right, who play in a wide berth, right? They can go and beat a player,
Right.
but how many of those players can
Cross
deliver that ball in the box?
Absolutely.
There aren't that many
There
out
aren't
there.
that many, no.
Right? That's what I see.
I mean,
You know, go back,
when
if you go back and have a look at some of the players Spurs had in their time, who could deliver the ball. I mean, one of the best players I remember is Tony Galvin.
Yeah.
Right? And he could play left or right, whatever.
Darren Anderson as well.
Oh, Darren Anderton was just a different league to a lot of people.
Yeah.
and Waddle.
When he was fit, right, there wasn't a better wide man around. When he
Jin,
was fit.
Jin could drop a ball in on the judgment.
But what he was good at was just ghosting
Of
past
course,
the end.
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he was fantastic at ghosting past players.
But the issue here for me is that in actual fact you don't actually need crossing ability, or you don't need to be a great crosser of the ball for a
She's a
contact
bit up, put it in an
3-4-3.
area.
No, because what you can do is that if you can't cross very well, as long as you can pass and find one of the forwards, it's about your overall as a right wing back in a Conte 3-4-3. It's your overall distribution
Yeah.
of the ball
See,
or your passing.
what Spence is very good at, right, one of his attributes that I see is he's a very good ball carrier.
Right.
Right, which is what we need as a team. We need another ball carrier like Sonny.
Yeah.
Right.
And that that might make him successful in a Spurs.
But it could also be another Dele Alli.
But
potentially.
not necessarily another Dele Alli. It could just be the fact that he's got that ability to get past and down and carry the ball, but he's not done it in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So we don't know. That's an unknown quantity.
Yeah.
That puts the risk of him not
massively
being
high.
up. So people pinning their hopes on this. How old is he? 21.
21, I think.
21-year-old who's only played for Champions
You're
League.
putting so much strength, too much weight on a young
Yeah.
kid. He needs to
But
learn.
in the same vein, then you can put the same thing on Perisic to a degree, because he's never played in the Premier League, has he?
But
He's played in the
proven
Bundesliga.
other leagues.
Yeah, true.
He's played in the
but-
Bundesliga and the Champions League.
He's proven other leagues, and he's won in other leagues. And certainly at that age, it's no longer a case of the physicality aspect of it.
It's the brain.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to argue that.
It's like Kulusevski. The reason he did so well last season is not because of his physical attributes, it's because he did it always, a couple of pass ahead of his opposition. It's not about Spence not being good for what he is at the moment. I'm not making that thing. I'm just saying.
I don't mind anyone. I don't hate Spence as much. I don't think Rez hates Spence. He just
I don't
doesn't want it.
I just don't think it's.
It's
don't
not
think
wise.
It's a risk worth taking at this point.
I don't want him
Yeah.
coming in, but
So-
definitely don't want him to be the only right back we bring in. Problem is, not many
Well,
out
that's the
there. I'll
question.
back anyone wearing the
That's the
colours. I mean, it's the
big
whole point.
question of
Because
this
it's not,
transfer window.
to me, there isn't any great.
The one that people are talking about is Kostic.
It's
Yeah.
like
So
similar
for
to
someone
my
like Kostic, I would.
reservations about Richarlison. I just didn't want
Yeah.
it impacting
Yeah.
our ability to buy a more
Is that big?
important player.
Don't move too sharply because that attracts them.
Do you want me to get the executioner pro out?
Yeah, do it. Why not? I think he's gone. But if they
He
just
gone.
come, when they hover around your face,
Yeah.
you just blow on him.
Yeah.
That generally makes it go away. Anyway,
Leicester have three
Yeah,
very
Leicester,
deep.
yeah, for
Castagna, we could easily buy.
Pereira's a good player.
Pereira, we could
Very
easily
good
get
player.
these players from Leicester. We're talking about Leicester. Everyone thinks that Leicester in this Premier League, they're rubbish. Players will leave Leicester to come to Tottenham.
Paratici, get those Leicester right backs in right now.
Pereira would be a much better wing back for us.
Absolutely.
Cheaper.
Right? Yeah. And Premier League proven.
Yeah.
Right? So, again, it's still a risk
Yeah.
to bring in Pereira, let's say. Right? You don't know if he's going to adapt to Conte's training methods, his system, all of that stuff. But it's less of a risk than Spence. That's all I'm saying. It's not.
Singo
big.
from
Yeah.
Singo would be brilliant. A risk, but
A
he's
risk,
proven
but
in
less of a risk.
He's proven in Serie A, which is a system we play 3-5-2, 3-4-3.
Yeah.
Getting Wilfred Singo
For instance.
or
Again, it's a
Melee
risk,
or
Steak.
But it's less of a
Steak.
risk. Yeah?
Dumfries.
Ben and Rez in the wall tomorrow.
I'll do in the wall tomorrow. In the wall.
Yeah, in the wall tomorrow.
They
yeah,
both said no, Bob.
Alexander Hilton is sponsoring Everton this year. Did you hear that?
No.
Yeah.
I've got the picture.
Salisbury tomorrow.
Steve.
That's really good tomorrow.
One of our Witherspoon.
There we go.
Yeah, we've
Steak.com.
we've
So well done to Alexander
Yeah,
Hilton for
country.
sponsoring Everton next year.
we've sort of set out to
Well done.
400 Witherspoons
Yeah.
nationwide.
Yeah.
And
If we replace Emerson, we need someone who is good in the air. I don't think wing backs need to be good in the air. They're wing backs. They're
Let's
not
defend
defenders,
it
really.
by,
They are.
by having a dinner with Reese Witherspoon.
Next,
It's funny, everyone
next
says
summer,
that Emerson's
we're
good in the
going
air,
to
but he's not good
Scotland.
anywhere else, is he?
And we're going to do all the pubs in Scotland, or as many as we can.
Excellent.
All the pubs in Scotland, you'll be dead by the
Yeah.
end.
He'll be dead
I'm
by
dead
then.
anyway, so
You'll live-
be lucky if I
Your
get to
poor old
next
liver.
summer.
Yeah.
It'll be good fun.
How many pubs are left?
Yeah.
460.
Most of them.
How many have we done? 9.
I honestly
It's
think
good fun.
Richarlison has the potential to be a
It's
big
free in,
success at
so
Spurs.
free,
He's held
so-
back at Watford and Everton,
it's all
more
been
quality
planned
around
out,
him.
really good.
He kills it for
When we
so
get
he
back
does.
the
He
first
does very
time
well
away
for
to the
Brazil.
nearest one, which is right on the doorstep of the stadium.
So I'm looking forward to seeing him play.
Yeah.
And he's got the
And I'll make
mentality,
this
and he wants to work hard.
Yeah, I mean,
Who?
just because I was urging caution.
Richarlison.
Yeah.
It
He's
doesn't
got the
mean
mentality.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
think so.
against him. I
Yeah.
was just thinking,
Yeah.
Has he held up the
There's
shirt?
other areas that we need to
Yeah,
discuss.
we've got.
He hasn't held up the shirt, but they've announced it on the top.
Oh,
because
he's in
he's in
Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah.
No, there is an official picture, official.
What-
But
Brazil?
it's I think it's photoshopped.
It will have to be, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
They sent
Hoping to grow my brand to Tottenham to get rid of the horrid red colour of the shirt. Well, did you hear that Alexander Hilton sponsors Everton?
Yes. Yeah, I heard that.
Just so Graham can see.
But great news though was Basuma, wasn't it?
Basuma was a great signing.
No, but the news that he's been cleared of everything.
Yeah.
It was really funny watching League
My
One.
mate phoned me, he said they obviously did do their due diligence.
One of the things Lee Gunner was talking about is one of the directors of Tottenham, I don't know which one it is, it's an utter legal expert, I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, I don't know who it is. I know who you mean. Yeah.
And he was just like, he went to, the Muppet Show is my favourite show on YouTube. It's so brilliant. Have you ever watched the Muppet Show?
Yeah. Lee Gunner's so good.
Oh, when
He goes on
I
Twitter.
haven't seen it, but-
He goes on Twitter and complains about Arsenal
Arsenal
supporting
fans, yeah.
Arsenal Muppets.
Yeah, I've heard.
But he's brilliant.
The Muppet Show.
I like the geezer, I like him a lot.
But that's the thing. I mean, it's I
Japanese.
still want.
It is.
You see, he's a guy that's been brought up with Arsenal winning things, right? And some of these younger fans, all they're happy about is getting top four, right? And he looks at the top, Lee Gunner looks at the top four, is
Third loser, which it is.
Which it is, yeah.
Absolutely. Unless you're in progress for something. I mean, I don't see it as being. I don't see it being a problem for a club to say, right, this season.
It's an objective
Yes, it's an objective
towards a
towards
main.
major.
Yeah,
Exactly. So
it's a
you say-
stepping stone.
That's right. So you say this year, top four.
Next year,
season,
top three,
or
top two, and then we'll go from then.
for the title.
Yeah.
That is
Well,
fine.
it's like West Ham previous year, you know, they got Europa League, okay, they never
And then
got
next year they're going for relegation.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely. Yeah. No, that would be.
I
That
think
would
they'll
be.
be there or thereabouts.
What's the best word? What's the best word to describe that? Hilarious, I think, is the one I'm going to go with.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. No, that'd be superb. You see, under normal circumstances, I wouldn't really give a shit about West Ham, but they insist on wanting to be our rivals.
They do, don't
They
they?
do.
And so, bad things happening to them, for me,
Would be rather funny.
are funny. They're hilarious because it's like, this is how small you actually are when it happens to them.
It's like my mate said to me the other night, goes, oh, we've increased their capacity now to 62,500.
Yeah, but they're 4 miles from the pitch.
Yeah.
So we've been asked by Mr. Stake opinions on Langley.
That's how it gets round Nightbot.
In terms of,
Think that,
Oh no,
think he's a
no.
good, player.
Damn it,
Think he-
delete the wrong one,
no,
deleted the wrong one.
yeah, so that
see if
you
he
can go and
does
get
cuts the mustard.
Right,
Yeah.
'cause they say he's a
Sorry,
very good
Alex.
player,
Sorry, Alex.
right,
But
and
inconsistent.
but you know, he covers
Alex
all
asked
these,
opinions on
things.
Langley.
He's got better stats than Bastoni and Guardiola or whatever. So let's see.
Yeah, I deleted the wrong message.
Yeah,
And he done it with hatred for the fans.
Oh, really?
Oh, the fans hated him. He made a mistake in
Exactly.
Champions League, and
Ah.
they slaughtered him,
That's-
and they booed him off the pitch.
That's
Well,
how it gets round
yeah,
Nightbot.
How?
It
Well,
alternates
one
the
of Bob's
emotes.
streams recently
Oh,
said
So the only way for me
he
to stop that is to
died.
physically
I mean,
remove
look,
spamming
here it is, there's
emotes,
a picture of him
which is
coming on.
something I don't want to do.
Right.
This is Spanish fans.
So
This
they
is-
are
this is
actually
what-
Nightbot
this
smart.
for me, what
That
I
is a
really
problem.
dislike about Spanish football culture, right? The manner in which they go after players, right? You cannot hate
Making
a
Ben
player
smother himself
for
with
making
Brazilian
mistakes.
call
You can't hate
999.
them, you can criticise them.
50p gets
hate
naked
them.
Ben eating a
They do it
Brazilian
on
banana.
purpose,
Well, I mean,
you know?
Coxey
Good
wants
lord.
it.
Yeah, well, there you go.
50.
If wants it,
Yeah.
then I'm all
And,
for it.
you know, his stats are there.
There you
His
go.
stats are there to see.
There you go.
So that's
If
one
Conte
thing. We now
wants
know
it,
those
This is what
things.
club my
They
players
do
on
know.
is
They are.
today on their stats and stuff.
They are Nightbot safe,
If you give him a
amazingly.
bit of a cuddle and we get to like him.
So
Right.
sorry to all the pong bots in chat. We've got a Bobby out there making
A
lot-
Bob bot.
A Bob bot making a
Opinions
pong
on
bot.
Langley.
We've
This
got a
is what
pong bot.
happens. This is what happens when you let Bob go out by
I
himself.
know,
Yeah.
I know.
Right?
I know.
When there's someone around him, just to get that
Smack him around the head.
porn bottery.
Yeah.
You know,
He
just
moderates
to
his
moderate
behaviour
exactly,
somewhat.
right?
but-
When you let him out in public by himself, the porn bottery goes
What you've
through.
got to do is maybe have someone following me around.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And mind
or as an alternative, you can't devote the resources to that. Some kind of shock collar.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think basically he used to be brought around on a bit of a wheelbarrow with the Hannibal Lecter mask.
Yes. Yes.
Strapped into it.
Yeah. And you basically you take the information you need from him rather than allow him to
That's
to
right,
hold
yeah.
forth.
Oh, might be anything like
Because
that.
yeah, no, absolutely.
Keep him in
Keep him
control.
in check.
Yeah.
Exactly. you know?
Every
There
now
you
and
go,
then
Bob.
he needs a little punch, you know.
Graham said he'll be your minder.
Yeah.
So, opinions-
minder stroke
In fact, he could
controller.
be so
Controller,
good
yeah.
for
And I'm
you.
a good controller.
Yeah. No, you should.
I'm a big fat controller.
Absolutely, yes. That's right. That's the way it should be, Graham. Okay? Where did I put my vape?
Somewhere.
There it is.
So the final question before we end the stream is
Oh, yeah.
opinions on Langley. He's almost an unknown quantity, but his stats, according to Sean and the
Yeah.
ones I've seen online,
Quite promising.
for 2 years he's got really good stats, better stats than most other centre backs in Europe.
There you go.
He's got some deficiencies, isn't he? I think he's
Yeah.
not so good in year.
Not
is
as-
that
yeah,
right?
that's why.
But he's
But
ball
everywhere
playing.
else,
Yeah,
he's one of the best.
There you go. Listen, if Conte wants him, I'm happy for him to come.
Same.
Right?
Are we having to adjust this now that Sam is going after us for saying if Conte wants him, I want him?
No.
Why would you go
Why?
after someone?
I don't understand
It's a
it.
sensible thing to say.
It's
Yeah.
it's actually the sensible way of
Yeah.
doing things. Not turn around and say the manager wants him, but I don't.
But on the other hand, you can still question,
Of course you can.
right, the manager for wanting.
Yeah,
but
that is why the manager is paid 18 million quid a year, and that is why we are fans.
Yeah, but the
Because
thing
he
is,
has
we've-
done it.
We've looked at Conte and said this man is one who makes on the
Correct
whole, makes
decisions.
correct decisions about players. Therefore, I am willing to
Trust him.
Yeah, to put my trust in his judgment. Yeah.
Look,
so
he
I'm
won
happy
10
to
of his
say I
last
want him.
14 games that got us to Champions
Yeah.
League.
Yeah.
So you have to trust him.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
From when he
I
came-
trusted
when
him
walked-
before
when
he came in.
when he- no, but when he walked in, right, not many people would say that he'd get top 4
No.
at that point, even though he was the league manager.
Yeah, but that was because of the deficiencies in our squad that we identified. But the
I
thing I'll
thought
say
it
is
was
this:
again.
how many
Oh,
flops
you got
have
it.
there been under Conte? How many players have flopped under Conte?
Not
Can
many.
someone tell me that? Yeah,
Not many.
Not many, right?
But
So
there've
that
been-
is why you can trust him,
But-
in my view.
But there've been flop performances as a team.
Oh yes,
Sure,
yes,
of
definitely.
course.
Yeah.
Right?
But every team has that. Every manager has.
You see, at the end of the
Say
season,
R2D2.
right, that's it, yeah, that we needed to get rid of between 10 to 12 players.
Mhm.
Right?
Too much things, we have to
Yeah.
bring
do
in
rubbish.
similar
Yeah.
amounts so that Conte could work with better and newer players. Right? Because he couldn't carry on playing with those.
Well,
Yeah.
he said it himself, or
Yeah.
he's rumoured to have said it himself.
I'll
I look
flip
at the-
it
I look at the
slightly.
pitch,
Actually, I'm
then
just
I look at the
excited
bench,
for
then I
what
look at
any
the pitch
player
again.
can do
But
under
he said-
Conte.
when he did
He was well known for improving
things
players,
in
Yeah.
and taking
December,
out of
his
sometimes
assessment of
quite
the squad.
average performing
He
players
already
and
told-
really
Makes them
turning
good.
turning them into something special.
So imagine if he takes great players.
He said,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm
So,
excited.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm just all in all, I'm
need
just
it
so excited
for
for this
when I
next
start
season. I
my
can't wait
next
for it to
season.
start.
Correct.
Not
Actually, no, I've got an
on
even
the
better
first
question.
ball.
Correct.
Right, the players are alright.
Is Fabio
There may be
Paratici
some
a
players
dom
who may
if
fill the gaps?
he gets a swap deal between Winks and
And,
Tielemans?
I think he is. You can't
was
deny
my
it,
thing
can
now.
you? Surely.
Get players in for pre-season rather than 31st of August.
Is Paratici a dom
No.
if he manages? If he
Paratici-
manages to swap Winks for Tielemans?
No.
No.
Interesting.
Very
The
sick,
only
yes.
time they become a dom to me
heard you
is
say
when
that.
They win a title.
is when they bring the Premier League home. Until that time, you're being
Yeah,
ordinary.
the thing
So
is
I
that-
don't call him that because I just give him the respect of Signore. He's Mr. Paratici to me.
Signore.
He's
a
Signore
director to me,
Paratici.
He's a director of football,
Yeah.
and Conte is
The manager.
First coach, first head
or
coach.
head
Yeah.
coach, yeah. So that's where they are,
Yeah.
and he'll stay there until such time as we win Premier League.
Yeah.
Then they become dons in my eyes after that.
They become objects of affection and renown.
Yeah.
From Spurs.
When they win something.
But the idea, you see, when people say he is a don, it's like saying that he has powers beyond the ken of other people, because a Don is a singular title, right?
I think people have overrated, because Don is just a sign of respect.
Yeah.
No. That's in Italy where you
It's the
actually
Italian
understand what
inflected
Don means.
Godfather thing.
Not for the majority of Spurs fans who won't be
You think it's just that Godfather thing?
Yeah, and
right,
I think
that's the thing.
basically,
Now what it is, it's just because
old Irish Hotspur used it and he was jumping.
right? and he's been allowed Paratici to do his job,
Yeah.
and he's going to be let out on the 3rd of September.
And Donna Cullen has been sent fishes wrapped in newspaper.
Oh, she is a Don.
Yes, true. She's the Don.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to get rid of that. We need to get rid of that term now.
But I just think.
More wings get sold for 20 million.
It's, no, but you know what? It's like people saying, "Oh, you've got to give Levy props for building the stadium."
No, that's his job.
That's his job, exactly.
And he overspent.
Exactly. So Paratici getting players in that we need,
It's
and
his
getting
job.
rid of players that we don't need, is his job.
Gutting the scouting system is his job.
Yeah, right. Building up the scouting.
Well, he's had to gut it and now rebuild it.
Rebuild it. Yeah, that's his job. That's what he's doing, exactly.
Because Paul Mitchell allowed it to rot, and then
Levy then sold the load of them because he relied on analytics.
and then Steve Hitchin is useless.
And do you know what? I think Steve Hitchin's been given a very.
He
rough
has
ride.
been.
I think he has. He's very respected in the football world. Steve Hitchin is.
Well, I just go back.
He is.
I'll go back to the Dybala deal.
With him,
in my mind.
with him, his hands were tied.
Yeah.
You can't blame him for bringing the players to the
It's
club.
the person signing the check.
Correct, yeah.
And Levy
Everything
was well known
was
for
settled.
meddling, wasn't he, as well?
Steak father,
Even
I have an
going
offer
to
you
win the
cannot
club,
refuse.
it's settled on the Dybala
Steak
deal.
I had in
Yeah.
Milan was
That time.
delicious.
I bet it was.
And
It bloody well
Levy
was.
just pissed it away.
Absolutely.
Imagine.
And this is the.
Bobby,
and this is
you'd
why
have
that's why I
to say
think
that
it's
their
bad,
fates are intertwined, really, wouldn't you?
a bad rap.
Bad rap.
With
And
the
then he
players
wasn't
he's
helped
brought in,
by that.
is it fair to judge
I hate
strategy
it.
based on the players, how the players perform? Yes.
Which was also taken out
Because
of context.
as soon he can
Also,
only
doesn't
bring them
help
in, but
when,
once they're
you know,
here,
one of the
it's
players
their
you
job to
brought in
perform.
who you thought was
Yeah.
going to be good doesn't
doesn't deliver.
deliver.
You know, this is the thing. I reckon that every one of our sporting directors would have been more successful than they were
Had the chairman
had
been
the chairman
different.
been different.
Yeah.
Even Damien Comolli.
Damien Commody signed a Ballon d'Or winner
Correct.
that no one had ever
And
heard
no one
of.
ever heard of him. Yeah. You know.
Top 3 midfielders of all time, possibly. Champions League 5 times. How many players can say that?
Not many.
That Davies.
I mean, thank God.
Modric.
No, Modric.
Thank God.
Frank Arneson was excellent as well.
Yeah.
But do you know what? I mean, with Frank Arneson,
Chelsea bought him.
Chelsea bought him out. But apparently, if they hadn't done that and they did that to damage us more than for their own, because he didn't last there very long. Had he stayed, I reckon that him and Yol, if Levy hadn't been an interference,
Would have been brilliant.
would have transformed
Maybe-
the club even more than Yol did.
The only reason, that's the reason he said to me, Anderson, he said, the only reason I've gone to Chelsea is I want back to top.
Yeah. Simple. You know? Comolli was the same. Baldini after him was probably the same. Mitchell.
Baldini is still very well respected. I've had the pleasure of talking with Mr. Baldini quite a lot because we've spoken with Mr. Capello often, and he's a very intelligent man. He's a very nice man.
Most of those sporting directors have all got good reputation and good contacts.
Until they come to Tottenham.
Yeah.
And then they think. I mean, Mitchell. I think it was Mitchell. You know, for him.
He was the only one that died on
the
his sword. He was like, I'm not doing this.
Was he the one that came from Southampton?
Yes.
Yeah, with Bosch,
Yeah. So when Paul Mitchell came, he said that this was his dream job.
Yeah.
Right. And then in the Guardian, he said his dream job turned into a nightmare.
Yeah.
Right? Why? Because of Daniel Levy. And this is why I cannot take on any defending arguments of Levy, because it's like whatever. Let's say, for instance, these things, the good things that he may or may not have done. The bad things he's done are so egregious, are so terrible that they don't cancel. They're not
Well,
cancelled
my
out by
mate
good
Boogie's
things.
told you, he's got him in a greenhouse in his back garden, kidnapped him. And he's not letting him out to the 3rd of September when the
If only. You know, if this guy was some kind of not lech in terms of, but like some kind of lush,
Yeah.
right? That spent the whole of the summer on a yacht in the Bahamas with Uncle Joe, just drinking himself stupid. I would respect him more
Yeah.
than I do at the moment,
Yeah.
because then at least he wouldn't be around to piss around with the football side of things, right? He'd just be there, drinking his liver stupid, right? Allowing football people to do what they wanted to do.
It's a shame he doesn't do that.
It really is.
He
It's
does
like,
drink
go
wine,
and enjoy
doesn't
your
he?
money.
He does drink wine.
Yeah, he does drink wine, but only like half a glass for health purposes or something like that.
A friend of ours has said he's never drunk coffee and he's never drunk wine in his life. I said, you've got the most boring life in the world.
No, he used to drink wine with Pochettino.
That's true, he did.
He did. It's in the book.
It's in the book.
It's in Pochettino's
No,
book.
I'm not saying Daniel Levy. A friend of mine has said
Oh,
he's
I
never
see.
drunk alcohol and he's never drunk coffee.
Oh, right.
He's
okay.
never drunk a stimulant.
Yeah.
It's like, you're a very wealthy man, not naming the person. But I'll give you context to this afterwards.
I can understand someone wanting to treat their body as a temple, but not all the time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah.
You're missing out on the pleasures of
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
Right?
it's boring.
Yeah,
Does he
Coffee
not-
is a pleasure.
Yeah.
Alcohol can be a pleasure, but not. It's
In
when-
excess.
Yeah, when you get too much that it damages you, that's a problem.
Yeah,
It's about finding that place. where
balance.
you- Yeah,
Red wine is very good for you. Red wine is very good for you.
Well, the antioxidants in
Yeah.
red wine are excellent for you. The alcohol,
Well, I mean,
not so
I'm
much.
guaranteed to have sort of alcoholic poisoning tomorrow.
As with everything, even alcohol poisoning,
Yeah.
in moderation.
And on that
I'm
note,
moderately
I
poisoned.
think it's time to end the stream.
I think so.
Yeah, it's been 2 hours.
Sure.
But
It's gone
there's-
quickly.
It's been emotional.
Yeah,
There's about 16 pubs on the list.
Yeah.
So
so
it's a matter of whether I do halves or pints.
yes, donate to
Or
Bob's
Bob's,
NHS
or
thing.
shorts.
That goes to tomorrow,
Or
right?
Yeah, that's right.
Last day is tomorrow, Bob's NHS fundraiser.
Yeah,
So,
we did break the 2,000, which I was
Yeah.
very pleased
Yes,
with.
Yeah.
so
That was brilliant.
it is
Yeah.
being
So-
doubled.
as well as him making 2,000 subscribers as well. So
Yeah,
double
exactly,
2,000.
Yeah.
And also a big up to Shawnee Boy for hitting 2,000.
Yeah, well
2,000
done.
squared, that's 4 million.
2,000 cubed for Shawnee as well.
For surely, then that's God, that's 80
Yeah.
million.
Yeah.
No. 4 times,
Mathematics.
that's 8 billion.
Yeah.
Wow.
God, what's wrong with my maths today?
Better than mine.
Should have got that straight away.
So, thank you all for watching the stream. There's been a lot of comments, especially with the porn bots. So, thank you all for watching the stream.
And
when
thank,
are we?
thank you to the porn box as
when
well.
when are we back? Shellside's still on hiatus, still new season,
Tune
right?
into pornhub.co.uk for the
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
instalment.
Okay.
Uh,
Shellside Spurs
Yeah.
moving from
apparently.
YouTube to Pornhub.
Apparently so.
That's a
Well, if
joke.
what Bob says is anything to go by,
Yeah.
that's what it seems like. I don't know.
and. When can we find you, Kymba? In the background somewhere, probably.
Probably this time, this place, next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine.
And we've got In the Wall tomorrow at 10:45.
Mm-hmm.
So catch us all on there.
And that'll be, but just for everyone's thing, that'll be my last appearance on a stream for a few weeks as
Yeah.
I'm taking a little break.
Yeah.
So tune in for my semi-finale.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tune in to see Rez's semi.
Semi.
Damn
Hit me
it.
off at the bridge then.
That is called a jinx, that is.
Uh-huh.
So, thank you to everyone for watching. Monday at 2 p.m. we are back. And as always, if you smell what the cough is brewing.